Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday, welcome to the weekend, if Saturday is your weekend. How you guys doing? Don't mind me, I saw a pet battle with some pet charms and we were talking about it yesterday. It kind of made me want to grind those again, even though I have like 7,000 of them. Starting any game. Yeah, I don't want to take too much credit for the song because, like I said, it's just mixed out of loops. I wasn't plinky plunking on like an IRL xylophone or anything. It's a GarageBand special. Morning, afternoon, good morning or afternoon or evening. Welcome to cute dress. Oh, thank you. Welcome to day 2 of my self-imposed exile on the Isle of Dorn. I'm grinding for Crackling Shards in the most annoying possible way, where I refuse to do any beer wolf farming because I don't wanna. And I think what I'm gonna do is pick back up what I was doing yesterday, which is to say leveling alts out here, because that way you kill plenty of mobs, you do a couple of delves. You know, people get shards while leveling in the Isle of Dorn. So we had Squidgy. We were working on her. I'm gonna keep working on her for a little bit. I think I'm gonna try and do the other 2 delves that I haven't done yet. And then if I run out of rested, I'm just going to hop on another character and keep going. Because I have... Here, I'm going to actually count how many sub 80s that I have that are like, you know, post 69. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No one doesn't count. 9, 10, 11. 12. I'll count him. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21... is the answer. 21 alts that are in an appropriate level range for this. So I don't think we're really likely to run out. People get shards. Who are these people? People. That's a lot of hunters. You know what's funny is I kind of want to make more. Crackling Shards is what the Isle of Dorn farm is for. It is ultimately for the Alunira Mount, which is kind of like this really pretty... Let me see. Alunira. Looks like this. Pretty Storm Griffin situation. With a funny beak that looks like it ran into a wall. Very excited about that, and that is why I have decided I am not leaving the zone. I'm not going to do it like at peak efficiency, because where's the fun in that? But I am gonna do it, or not do nothing else basically until we're done. We didn't get any shards yesterday. We spent a while ping-ponging back and forth between Sanders the Relic Bearer and Spring Bubble up here. We did that for about 90 minutes yesterday and didn't get any shards, so I'm, this way at least I'm getting, you know, alt levels. It's the mount I want, couldn't be ours to get. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's a matter of luck. Some people might get really lucky. Some people have ground enough shards for multiple mounts, which does them no good because, you can only really get one, you can't share or nothing. But, you know, if you happen to do a lot of, like, Isle of Dorn delves anyway, or... we're just gonna scale that down to 1 because there's really no reason for us to tough it out on a 3. Also, the last time that I did a delve on my leveling alt here, I forgot to set up my brand. So he should be doing somewhat more damage now that he is all, you know, he's been told what to do. Catherine, thank you very much for the 34-month resub. Hello, everyone. Hello. What percentage does your rarity say? Let me kill a mob and I'll tell you. Not very much. Any given individual mob has a not very high chance. I feel like you're meant to kill like a lot of them. Where is this bee wolf farm? By Cinderbrew Meadery, kind of on the beach. There's like some wolves on the beach, and then there's also some bees that spawn near there. But that's not what I'm gonna be getting up to today. When is the purge before remix? What if any alts that I don't get leveled? Ooh, this could be interesting. I don't know if I'm actually gonna commit to this because it sounds kind of scary. But what if any alts that I don't level by the time I get my 10th shard, if I haven't even started them yet, they get deleted. By the time I get shard 10. Hello, Shady Bob, how you doing? You know, just to add a little bit of extra attention to it. Yeah, they get purged. Well, yeah, so I should really keep that in mind when I'm prioritizing who to get started over here. That does sound interesting. The leveling should be pretty efficient as long as I'm sticking with the characters that have rested. And I want to, on each of them, do the 3 Isle of Dorn delves once each, because it's good for leveling, because it gives you a nice little bit of, there's like a quest that gives you like 100k plus experience. It's also good for shard farming, because sometimes you get, I've heard you can get Crackling Shards from the end of these Isle of Dorn delves. I've also heard that you can get shards off of the mobs themselves. My rarity's not counting it, but it was rarity, no. I want this one. I would love if you killed a single bee and skinned it. I don't even have skinning! Just to appease the naysayers. This is the opposite of what you do with naysayers. You go out of your way to spite them, even at great personal cost. It's like the naysayer motto. Look, I even made a command for eventually when someone inevitably comes in and goes, you should just skin bees. 100 checklists is a high cost. Well, that's not out of spite. I actually want to do that. Whether you believe me or not, that's actually something that I'm enjoying. And you can just, well, you don't have to do anything. It really has nothing to do with you. Got a shard from this delve even after already having the mail. I'm going to do it solo because I hate myself. You can race me if you want. You'll probably win. I think mass mob grinding, because you're basically just trying to get as many mob kills per hour or whatever that you can. This way just sounds like more fun for me. Not the bees. Someone's got to say it. Hazel, best you have 2 over me. It's only 2. That's not a huge head start. Love that command of screeching. I figured I would come prepared today, and that way I can press the button. It'll answer things in a moderately polite manner so that I don't come off worse than I want to. And you know, we can move on. Also, I am toasting myself. That's no good. My father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate got all of his shards from doing delves. Can confirm. The important thing is that we're out here doing anything on the Isle of Dorn, because I think that's what I've been lacking in this expansion up to this point, and that's why I only have 2 shards so far. It was kind of like how I was hoping to get Seasbarg, Nerubian chitin and stuff. Just like incidentally, I was like, yeah, we're getting a little bit, but once I started actually trying, it really went much faster. Although slightly different situation, but you've been dorned and I love the Spaceballs reference. Oh, is that a reference? I thought it was just fun. Exclamation inefficient. What about exclamation timed out? you gotta get with the program, friend. Hi day. How you guys doing? How can you not financially support the stream with this kind of incredible content? Oh man. Just wanted to test the command. If I was really spiteful, I could write one for exclamation point inefficient that just talks about the wisdom of continually trying to assert your own way in a game that is not yours for no reason. But I can't really crack down on that too hard because at a certain point, you know, I want people to have stuff to talk about. So if I silenced everyone that ever disagreed with me, we would really have nothing to do here. How is Scarlet? Here we go. A little water. We've come pre-equipped today with our hot water bottle on the lap, so that's good. Kitty Cat's trying to decide where she wants to be for the day. The other nice thing, actually, about leveling alts and doing each of these delves just once, even if it's only on a level 1 difficulty, it is still a valid... It should get Bran a little bit of experience, especially if I'm picking up those curiosities. So, you know, a little leveling for Bran. Nordrasil, 5 more gift subs. Holy smokes, thank you so much. We were talking about your big gift yesterday. People were coming in being like, oh, I saw it on the VOD. No, it isn't done yet. Thanks for the gifts. Let's see. We're defeating Kobold Swarm. Yeah. Making me laugh so much. You guys are sweet. Oh, man. The B command is going to be the death of me. I haven't even had to use it properly today. Although I bet you at some point we're going to whip it out. But it's really not a big deal. It's not an issue. I should make it clear. I'm not that annoyed by people asking me why I'm not bee farming. It is a good answer. This is why I put it in the command. It's a perfectly valid way of doing this farm. I guess it gets under my skin when people like get really like insistent on it and they just can't understand or like won't accept that someone might approach it any other way. Because like at the end of the day, this is a video game. We're just here for fun. As much fun as it is to joke, I actually like this idea. If shards drop, I'm throwing bits. I like the alt purge idea. I think that one's fun. Any alts that haven't been at least moved off of 70. Anyone that is still at 70 or 69. I'm sparing my lower level alts because they're mainly holding names. You know, Wormbin's been level 29 forever. I'm not giving up Wormbin. But anybody that is still at 70 by the time we finish this shard farm. I guess by that logic, I could spare them all by getting them all from 70 to 71. But I think I'm going to continue. Like, once I pick one up, I'm going to play it until at least the rest of it is gone. I think that's what I'm going to do. Miss Hazelbro, can we revive him for remix? I could make a new one for remix, but I don't like having Hazel in my character names if I can avoid it. I like my characters to have their own names, so they have their own identity independent from me. Glad you're farming these. Need to do it myself soon. Didn't know how cool the mount was until lately. I'd heard people talking about Alanira, but for some reason, I guess just because of, and I don't know why the name of it keeps escaping me, but the Miss Pandaria one that had a similar design of farm. In my head, it was just a dragon. I don't know why I thought it was going to be a dragon. But I wasn't that excited about another dragon, but the Storm Griffin is actually pretty unique. What about Pro? Is it disappointing that Kultirans never got the thin and regular body type options? I want a human, female, shaman with an accent. I mean, as far as I know, the thin body type for Kultirans was male only. I don't know if they ever made like a haggard-looking female Kultiran. Alani, that's what it was. Alani, that has the same first two letters. Maybe that's why we're all getting confused. Thank you. And knowing Blizzard, if they were going to do the skinny body type Kultirans, they would do it as a whole new race. They would do it as an expansion tag feature, and then they would have... It would be, like, really extraneous. Okay. There we go. Regular human female models that were water mages. Well, at that point, you can just make a regular human female, though, right? Like, if the model is available, what's the difference if it has the, the Haymaker racial or not? This is a fast story. I don't know. We had to get a lot of candles, but I did do it on level 1 difficulty. Oh, the other thing I want to make sure I do while I'm on each alt is their trio of weeklies, and that's mainly just for resonance crystals and gold. So I already finished the World Soul one for World Quest, so I just need 3 delves, and then I need pretty sure Fungal Folly is where we're heading to. 3 delves and whatchamacallit, Titan Disc fragments, which kind of dovetail each other because you get both. I think if we do this delve, we should have the 2 of them done, and then we can get some more weekly credit. Love your YouTube videos and guides, raid tactics, and WoW news specifically. Thanks, Crimson Blade. Can you do the belt quest before max level? I don't think so. I also don't think I'm going to bother doing the belt quest. I know it would be like a big item level bump for my alts, but like, and I know it's not hard or difficult or anything, but I don't know. In my head, it's just old news, Like, I don't want to go out of my way to get something that's like old news. Man, stinky. So we'll head in on a tier 1. I already have the quest. I picked them up like in town. Fungal Folly on any difficulty for that one. 100 resonance crystals and some XP. Belt's getting cooked in 11.25, kind of useless. Yeah, exactly. What do you do most in WoW? Mythic Plus, PvP, or raiding? Well, it's only 3 options. Out of those 3, probably Mythic Plus, but I would say I do Mythic Plus. I raid seasonally. We clear through Heroic, and then we kind of take breaks. I collect a lot. I would say that's probably not my main gig, but like the one that takes the most of my time is just collecting pets, mounts, transmog, gold. Collecting gold, you know how it is. Have you replaced the belt? Don't know at what point I should. I did, but I'm dumb, and I like to just throw it off so I don't have to think about it anymore. For me, the cost of it hurting my brain as to deciding when to get rid of it sucks so much that I will get rid of it early at a direct, debuff to my character, just so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm also known to do this with tier sets. I will break a tier set way earlier than I'm supposed to, just so I can throw it away and not think about it anymore. And I'm pretty happy with my conduct. I'm your number 1 fan. Hi, Orlin. And keep doing you. Ultimately depends on the class and spec. As a hunter, delve belt is biz until 11.25 when it gets nerfed. There's probably sims you can run if you're curious about it against, like, I used to, when I tried harder about that kind of thing, run sims where I would compare different gear sets. But I think I gave up on doing that when I became a healer main, because healing sims are not really as emphasized. It's not as much of a thing. Will you dye your hair again? I mean, I couldn't say never. I wouldn't guarantee I would never do it, but I don't have any immediate plans. It is a lot of work and money and kind of fuss to keep colored hair colored, and you know, it's kind of a racket I don't need right now. Plus, I like my natural hair color. It's brown and it's got some grays, and that's where my wisdom is. Can't be arsed to sim either, just following the Wowhead Biz guide now. Yeah, I check the trinket lists, and then I vaguely look at like my stats when I'm trying to figure out what like stats to craft, or like what rings to roll on, but aside from that, I'm pretty much done. It's cute, thanks. Besides, at the end of the day, I don't need to be cute. It is optional. It is not a mandatory part of my responsibilities to society. I don't know anybody to cuteness. Feel kind of nice. Been working hard to keep up with all the achievements. Got all the smaller meta achieves each patch, and every achievement that seems relevant, for the express purpose of trying to get as much of the expansion meta done ahead of time. I'm so excited for whenever they also did I yes I did. We're going back. I always run past this first one. I'm so excited for whenever they finally give us that expansion meta, because I've been doing not exactly the same thing. I think you're going to be ahead of me, but a similar tactic. Like, I'm very interested to see how much of that meta I have done ahead of time. I think doing things like the Ecodome meta are hopefully going to be relevant. Here we go. I want this one. I want this one. Hi, kitty. You want up now? I think you want up. Here, careful. Watch your feetsies. Good girl. I got you. Hey, Flake, thank you very much for the 53-month resub. Appreciate it. Oh, gosh. Hi. Hi. How are ya? Hi, Miss Kira. She was meowing up a storm at her water bowl this morning, and I don't know why, because I just changed it. Maybe she liked it before? Maybe she wanted her old water, and I gave her fresh new water, and she was like, how dare you? I don't know. She has two side-by-side water bowls now, because I had an extra one, and I set it up as a joke when I first moved in. But then I noticed she was drinking out of both of them, and I was like, hey, if it makes you want to drink more, then sure. And I refilled both of them. And, maybe it was a thank you meow? I don't know. You sounded kind of mad. We're looking for this one that is at the top of this thingy. Curious if there will also be a trilogy meta. Ooh, that would be interesting. That thought's never occurred to me before. Okay, I have to turn on sound so I can hear when this is going to happen. I have to mount as both the Khadgar wheelchair and Bubbles or whatever from the Floodgate dungeon. I betcha I'm hoping for Bubbles Jr. I'm really hoping for Bubbles Jr. That's because I want a landfish mount. The wheelchair would be interesting, but I feel like Blizzard wouldn't touch it as a mount. I feel like they'll like characters in wheelchairs, sure, but I feel like giving it to players as a mount is just kind of opening them up to people doing, you know, internet stuff. If you were to guess, what do you think will be the meta mount? Oh, I'm really hoping for Bubbles Jr. I was answering before I even read this one. Usually in some way related to the expansion theme one way or the other. HD version of the hot rod. Oh, I hope it's not a car. I'm going to be very disappointed at anything that's not the landfish mount, because I've just gotten too attached to the idea. There's only one way for them to win with me in this one. Main thing I haven't really done, Dark Fuse Rat. Do you actually like doing delves? Yeah, I think so. I didn't at first. I didn't really need to do them in the first season, because I wasn't really playing alts and my main had outgeared them pretty quickly. But I started doing them more in the second season for alts, and now, and this season I'm doing them more for like achievements and collectibles. And I'm having a really good time. I also really like the, I really like doing the delve boss. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Hang on. Oh, are those all the chances I get? I think it might be this one. Yes, okay. I was not paying enough attention. I was just kind of doing that thing where you look at it, but like your brain's buffering. Nothing happening up there, but we got it. What if it was a dog that looked exactly like Moosey? Oh man, if they put a German Shepherd or like a Shepsky mutt looking dog in the game, I'm gonna need it. And if they do it on the cash shop, I'm riding. It's always buffering. Every now and then my partner will look at me and I'll just be like staring at something in the kitchen. He's like, are you all right or do you need something? And I'm like, no, I'm just loading. Everything's fine. I'm just buffering. I have more rooms than I used to now, and there's more chances for me to forget what it is I came into a room for. I'm kind of spoiled. There you go. I call it lag. We need Weechi as a hunter pet. I wonder if they will do, it sounds like something that they would do. They have the tech for it. Hunter pets that are as customizable as, say, like a skywriting mount or the Weechi pet, for example. I could see them doing that as some kind of a feature. Also, when I forget, say that I'm bugged. I say Hazel 404. I verbally throw 404 errors. I'm just now realizing how cool I am. I verbally will give a 404 error when Hazel's not found. Occasional loading some lags here and there. There we go. Give Bill what for here? Which hunter pets and stables were warbound? Yeah, I like having individual hunter pets, but I'm also not like a big collector. It would be nice to have like kind of like with your bank, like a personal stable and a warbound stable, and being able to have your pets in either of them. That would be kind of nice. I could see them doing that one day. Also referred to myself IRL as parody. Say parody's broken. Oh man, I was 404ing pretty hard yesterday. I think it was because I'm trying to get back into the swing of just like sitting down at my desk and making videos after the move and after getting like I'm recovered now. I'm not sick anymore. And I guess just because I've been away for a while, I'm like kind of freaked out about it. And every time I try, I like get all floopy. It just feels like a lot of pressure, even though there's literally no pressure, and I'm the only one putting any pressure or deadlines on myself. But like, I'm still not coping. I gotta break it down into smaller pieces. I did get the pirate hat. We went and picked that up yesterday. Shard not found. Where is? Maybe we'll get one here. We got a treasure to loot here. Rusty muscle takes time to get used again. And it's also not like I was very good at using it before. I've had real problems with sitting down and focusing for like 10 years. And they tend to get worse whenever I'm like generally stressed out about other things, which I'm gonna be for like a year or more as I get used to living here. So it's not great, and I would like to keep working on it, but I think it's a little naive of me to assume I'm just gonna one day snap overnight and all of a sudden be able to sit down and focus for 8 hours a day. I don't think it's happening. Start out with a tiny video. Yeah, it's hard to like make the first video after you haven't made anything for a while. It's like weirdly, at least for me anyway, I find it kind of scary. We'll figure something out. At least it's not too scary to stream. You know, we're here on time. That's something. That is a non-zero amount of turning on the internet. Would a short be easier? Probably not. Because I think that if I was somebody that was waiting for a Hazel YouTube video and then I finally put one out and it's a short, I would be kind of mad. It would be kind of like waiting for a WoW patch and then it's just a selfie camera. Yeah, we all know how that went. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just doing a bonus objective. I mean, that's reasonable and valid. I'm nearly at level 74. Do you have rarity enabled? I guess not. I thought I had it on yesterday, but I don't see it. What is it that makes you uncomfortable? Yeah, that's a deep one. I am waiting for a new Hazel video. Blizzard's never gonna live down the selfie cam. I mean, there's people that like it, and they keep putting it in world quests and stuff. There's the whole selfies with birds achievement in Dragonflight that I feel like that went over pretty well. It just, it was not something that ever should have been left to a headline. That was the problem, is there wasn't, if they had tacked it at the bottom of a patch that had otherwise lots of content in it, then it would have been, no one would have ever said anything. There would have been like 4 memes and it would have been done. But because there was nothing else in that patch, it was Twitter integration and the selfie camera, and that was it. It was the first time they ever did a 0.25 patch, and people didn't really know what to expect. So it was kind of left as the selfie camera headline, which is like the easiest way to, you know, piss off nerds. Is to imply that their space is being invaded by the same, you know, like pillars to vanity that they've been escaping otherwise. Yeah, never should have been. But it wasn't a main patch. But also that patch didn't even really have enough for a 0.25 patch. The 0.25 patches that we get now, like the 0.5s and the 0.7s, are more intricate than what that one was. It was just kind of a first draft. Oh, hey. Oh, I got to level 74. I'm nearly out of rested, so we're almost ready to put this hunter down and pick up another character. Main point is 6.1. I thought it was their first 0.5 patch, but I could be misremembering too. It was all a long time ago. Twitter integration. Yeah. Honestly, back in the day before everything got all stinky, I used to like the Twitter integration well enough. Like I would, because my rarity would take a screenshot every time I got a mount drop, if I was just playing the game off stream and I got a mount drop, it would have a handy screenshot with a, do you want to tweet this button? And I'd be like, oh, sure. And I would put it up and, you know, you could just like share that kind of thing with people that knew you on Twitter. And that was fun for a while before the internet got all stinky. We're gonna turn in these quests here. Did you play Holy Priest and Keys this season? I did, yeah. I did. We got, I think most of our 10s done. Maybe not quite all of them. I'm somewhere around 2,400 rating. I missed a couple weeks because I missed the last couple of weeks because I was sick, and then I'm missing this couple of weeks because my team is traveling. So we didn't play for as long as I wanted to. Or I didn't play for as long as I wanted to. But it was really fun. I almost said 7.16 right next to 7. Selfies and a shower. Oracle Premonition gameplay came off as complicated and intimidating. Any tips for easing into it? So it takes some time to get used to, because at first I was like, I would see the Premonition icon. I'd be like, I don't know what this one does, because there's, 4 of them. Once you kind of figure out what button you like to use after each premonition, you're not really mixing and matching that much. For me, I always use the red one that lets you spam a cast for Prayer of Mending, especially with the current tier set. So if I hit the red one, I'm sending out a bunch of Prayer of Mendings to the whole group. If I hit the blue one, I'm using a Serenity on someone who needs a big shield. The other two, obviously the fancy one does everything, so in that case I do a big shield and then a bunch of Prayers of Mending, and then the other one is just healing, so I usually just Prayer of Mending because of the tier set bonus, but then whatever needs doing, I just kind of press that one to get it out of the way, or if I need some extra healing. But you're not doing different things every premonition. I'm not trying to, at least at my key level, I'm not trying to like metagame when I have which one up. I'm just kind of using one of them because they all do a good job at like stabilizing you, especially with the tier set bonus. I'm just using one of them whenever I need a little boost, and they come up pretty often, so don't worry too much if you press it and you use it and you're like, I messed that up. You're gonna get another chance in like a minute. You just gotta kind of keep going with it, but it's also not strictly necessary. People heal keys fine as Archon, I believe. I think that's a thing that people do. I like Oracle because it feels more flexible to me, but I definitely started out as Archon. Might you do 3K once we get the item level boost? Oh, probably. I'm imagining that we're gonna do that, especially once my friends get back. Here we go. Yeah, hope that helps. If you're ever looking for priest guidance, Automatic Jack actually knows what he's talking about. I just kind of vaguely know what I know from what I do, which is medium, and whatever I learned from Automatic Jack's Wowhead guides. So he streams and he's good at that kind of thing. If there's ever like a question where you need the actual like for sure for real answer, that's your guy. There we go. Any good gold? I got 46 gold there. I got 3K gold there. I do like doing this trio weeklies. It's nice for gold and it's nice for resonance crystals. Since leveling to 74 in Dorn and doing one round of weeklies, we got 3,500 resonance crystals. That'll help. Her rested is just about used up. And grab one of these. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave her here to get more rested. We're still no shards earned yet, but we're going to hop on another character, get him off the ground here. Hang on, was that arranged? It was. I actually need to use that. Hang on. We're getting some upgrades here now, and I need to remember to put them on. I'm leveling. There we go. There we go. That's better. Clean up the bags before we get out of here. Yeah, these things aren't worth that much. We can just clean them up. What are we doing here? I'm going to pop by the war bank so I can dump my gold into it. And then I'm going to pick the next character that I want to save from danger of deletion and level in the Isle of Dorn on. So let's... Here, we can also dump these Mysterious Wisdom buffs. A couple of extra ones. Alright, so we've saved Squidgy. Ripsy's already 73? I feel like because she's already 73, I should, you know, use up the new rester that she's had since then. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll do that for a little bit. I wonder if she's done the delves yet. I guess I can go find out. I can check. Because I mean, I can always do them again, but you would have a quest for them. So many gnomes. Lots of gnomes, lots of hunters. Good handful of priests. Yeah, you like what you like. Oh yeah, if I hadn't started Boy, or pardon me, if I hadn't started Ripsy, the next one I was kind of thinking of picking up was Boy. Because we can't delete Boy. We must save him. We just simply must. Why are you not showing me your quest? That's weird. Anyway, give me that. I am a assassination rogue. There's mutilate. There's envenom. What else do you need? That's good, right? World soul. Let's say that we're gonna do Kazalgar world quest because we can do some world quests in Isle of Dorn for that one. Why are they not showing me the rest of my weeklies here? There should also be a I should be able to pick up one for whatchamacallit, for the Titan Shards. I guess I can just go look in the place where I know you turn it in. Oh, also, I don't have skywriting on. Oopsies. Brandon's messed up for me too with his quest. I was there when Boy was born. It was too funny. Remember when Boy was created? It was a long time ago. Do you think he's almost a man now, or he's gonna be a boy forever? I don't know if I ever tried to get the name Man. I'm sure it's taken. Although, I was at one point sure the Boy was gonna be taken. He will always be Boy. Titan Shards are not 80 only. I just did them on my, 74 Hunter. They're definitely available. Oh, no, there. No, that's the World Soul one. These quest markers are just acting a bit funny for me right now. I wonder if it's one of my settings. It could be something that I've done wrong. Because normally I pick it up around here, don't I? That's the World Quest World Soul. You can get all three of them, though. Am I already on it? Did I pick it up once upon a time? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's why. I'm already on it. I picked it up like weeks and weeks ago. That's why. So, we have the quest line here. Delver's Call. Yeah, I also have the Delver's Call quest lines. Wow. We have all three of them. So we're going to start there. We're going to start with those. Any world quests need doing? We'll probably do the Robot Rumble at some point. Boy to man. To his parents, he will always be Boy. Yeah, so she's 73 and a decent chunk. She also has some Mysterious Wisdom bottles. This is, funnily enough, my only rogue. Rogue is one of those classes I don't tend to make, so I only have one of them. Ostensibly for lockboxes? I don't know. I'm pretty much never do lockboxes. I just vendor them. So we'll do this, and I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. I'm going to set up my brand. Here, have him do some damage. Have him do a little bit of damage. But she is cute, at least in her Murloc onesie. That part's good. 449. Yeah, she could definitely use some upgrades. She's got kind of a weird assortment of gear going on here. Okie dokie, off and away. And you know, we've done these delves today. Actually, I guess I haven't done this delve today yet. Well, that's mutilate. And we can just click the button. My macro that I like to use for my extra action button, I keep a global extra action button macro that's just /click extra action button 1. And I like using that for, you know, any extra action button I want. I just kind of put it on whatever button. But I use the mutilate icon for it, and I always have. And I'm not normally playing a rogue, so it doesn't normally confuse me. But here I am, assassination rogue, and it's not like I know how to be any other kind of rogue. Oh, explosive, valiantly slain by explosive barrel. Oh dear. Mechanomes can open lockboxes. Yeah, I don't do that either. Do I have a mechanome right now? Sometimes I do, but I think I have them all purged right now. I must have one. Mollywobble? Yeah, that's right. Mawwalker Mollywobble, the Mechanome Mistweaver Monk. That's right. How could she be anything else? I don't really know how to play this, but we're just going to press the buttons until thing. I could one button macro it, actually. That's not a horrible idea. If we were just trying to like level and do these delves on like difficulty 1. Although, given the, I don't know, maybe I could outperform it. I have a rogue alt. She gets the one button. Use the new single button rotation. I mean, we're doing kind of okay. I build a point or two with Mutilate, and I spend them on one of these things. Crimson Tempest for AoE, Envenom for... Oh, do I have poison stuff? I do have poison stuff. Imagine that. Bran, did you summon an Arubian? Wow. She gets the one button. She will get to 1,000,000 DPS with it. Maybe this character will be lucky and she'll get a Crackling Shard. Could happen. Could happen. Oh, there's curiosities in here. I didn't check to see how much experience I was getting from Bran. I'm sure it's not much. Oh, I got a Shrieking Quartz, actually. That's going to be kind of nice for later. Are those warbound? They are warbound. I could just use that on my main next time I'm kind of hard up for a map. Or, if I gear any of these alts, but let's not get carried away. Maybe if we level through this zone like a lot of times on all these different characters, I'm going to get really good at the quest. Like, I'm going to know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to stop running into the wrong little underground houses that the dwarves have. I'll know where all the caves are. I'll be the Isle of Dorn monger. Alright, Bran, you do the ambush. I'm gonna grab this one. Oh, what do you mean? In combat. I wonder why I'm not being ambushed further. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think it was just because I missed that flying one. That one is a heal. Maybe this will be fun. Maybe I'll learn how to play a couple of specs I don't usually use. We'll have to do a Warlock and we'll have to do a Warrior. Maybe I should have had my Bran healed. I figured on a difficulty 1 delve it wouldn't really matter. Maybe kick the web bolt. Oh, slice and dice. Oh no, I have it up already. I don't know when I got it up, but it's up. We're good. I wanted that curiosity real quick.
Those webs will summon Rubians. Don't stand in them.
Don't stand in them. Hidden appearance for Outlaw Rogue. Accidentally picked the wrong option. Got a 20-hour debuff. Does not count down when logged out. Oh. I don't know anything about that grind. That sounds tough though. That sounds tricky. So if I sneak, oh, Bran can stealth with me, but these mobs don't care. They found us. The only bad thing about doing low-level delves is that there's no, like, ethereal portals or anything. You're not gonna get, as far as I can tell, you're not gonna get flicker gated. These must count for delves done for just the overall delves done. They won't count for bountifuls, but just like regular delves done. It would matter. It'll help. There's treasure nearby. Yeah. For the Delver title, right? Are we close? No. I'm over halfway though, that's something. Yeah, 259 out of 500. It's nothing to shake a stick at. Not bad. Yeah, it's not great. I feel like a lot of them have just been like this season and then last season when I was doing all my alts. It's a really nice way to gear up alts at 80. Especially if you didn't want to do keys on them or if you didn't want to take them into groups and you just want to kind of like work on your thing on your own. Don't think I've really changed my title in years. I like it too much. What title do you use all the time? I like grinding new titles, but I don't often switch them out. I usually use whatever the most recently earned, vaguely impressive title is that I can on my priest. And then my alts just get like funny titles that get stuck on them. Dame of the faceless one. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm a salty Ripsy right now. I like doing silly ones like Elder Boy. Hard for me to not use insane. Yeah, my priest, especially when I think of her as a shadow priest, even if she's mainly holy, but like I like using insane. I like using the mad. I like using faceless one. They're all kind of cool, like, you know, shadow priesty things. Way too attached to the insane. Yeah, it's like by far the most. I don't know if it's rare because I don't know how many people have done it or not done it. It's been available for a while, but the grind still sucks. But it's probably the most I don't know. It's got the most publicity for being an impressive achievement to finish. Plus, it, you know, it goes nicely in a shadow priest. Bran, you can it. Is that progress warbound? I'm not sure. I did it before warbands were really emphasized very much. I did it on one character. Use Archdruid. Nice, nice. If I had the Undying, then maybe. Obsidian Slayer or Immortal Undying. Yeah, that's a good one too. I definitely don't have that. Servant to N'Zoth. How come I don't have a fish named N'Zoth? I should name a fish N'Zoth one day. What have I been doing with my life? That's gotta happen. Of the Twilight Star, my Voidweaver Priest. Nice. Okay, just about done with that. Not Warbound has to be done in one character. Oh, there you go. I guess it makes sense.
Let's have a quick sit down to recover.
I'm trying to get rid of buttons that I don't need. Or that I don't know what they do. I have 2 knife throws. That's no good. There's Faint. I never press that. Thistle Tea restores energy. Okay. Oh, I have that button twice as well. Alright. Just you, not me. Oh, no, that boss didn't really seem to mind. Yeah, that'll work. What's the inspiration for names? You know, Void Lords, Old Gods. Awesome if they let us use both prefix and suffix titles. Yeah, I think that would be cool too. Or like, I don't know. Some of them I feel like are suffixes that I would prefer for them to be prefixes, like the mad. I would rather just be mad blank. So I could be mad Inksy and not Inksy the mad. It'd be cool to have the option, but it's not exactly keeping me up at night. Where's my shards? What's up with this? Alright, we got our rewards. We're out of here. Totally rolled Bloodmail Admiral XXX. The insane. Bit of a mouthful. Would be cool though. Do the next one. I get any gear I can wear? Got some Treasure Seeker's boots. If we run past any easy world quests too, like a sky race, we should do it because I need to do 6 world quests for my World Soul Weekly, and I want to do them all up here in the Isle of Dorn, so we'll take a look at this. Also, I never did the map. Warband map.
Come fly with us.
To everywhere all at once. The Forbidden XX. The Forbidden would be funny to see. Yeah, double Forbidden.
We safeguard the Isles.
Here we go. I could see like Tamer Hazel, the crazy cat lady. Oh, well, I'm lost. I'm lost. I'll never forgive them for bumping the gold reward down from what it was, but I still do them. Did I win? I felt like I was really fast. I don't know. It was a world quest, it counts. We need to do Fungal Folly. Down we go. And this is the Adventurers Guild one, so I just need to remember to chat with them whenever I'm next to them, and we should be A-okay. Off we go. Oh, that's been talent points. Should I have Rand heal me? I don't think he's doing that much damage. Got a shard and a low alt that's just getting profession points. Oh, congratulations. Listen, mine is right around the corner. We're gonna be 3 of 10 any minute now. Right?
We can get around by jumping on those big mushrooms.
Maybe I'll be a better rogue by the end of this. Last night I was in Fungal Folly for 3 hours, ended up losing all the lives at the boss because I kept falling asleep. Like the boss put your character to sleep, or you're up past when maybe you should have gone to bed. 3 hours. Got it. Safe to say she will never get one again. Mm-hmm. Psychotic. Gotta do this one.
Our destiny is at hand.
Bet we can bounce on those tiny mushrooms.
I think this will go faster now that I know where I'm going. I've remembered what story we're doing here. Yeah, nice quick Fungal Folly, exactly. I would love to see a shard drop from like an end of delve chest. I've heard it can happen. I just want to see it with my own eyes to make me feel better about it. You hear all kinds of things on the internet. You never know what to believe. I feel like I don't ever truly trust something until I've either seen it with my own eyes or read it in a blue post. And even sometimes they read it in a blue post. Sometimes they put another one. They're like, actually, never mind. Whoopsies. Good shard drop from the bosses or moms. I mean, it's possible. Some people say that they got most of theirs through delves, but I think that's probably just because delves were most of the content they were doing on Isle of Dorn. But it's an option, it's a possibility, and at the same time, I'm getting a couple of different weeklies done and good experience for these leveling alts. Because I've heard that they can drop from the mobs and from the chest, so seems like doing each Island Dorn delve once per alt is not a bad solution. Most of mine through delves, it is 100% because delves are all I do on the Isle. It seems to be very much like whatever you tend to spend time doing on Isle of Dorn, if you spend time on Isle of Dorn. People that do a lot of skinning will get all of theirs from the bees and the wolves. People that do a lot of leveling will get all of theirs just from questing. People that do a lot of delves will get them from delves. It's just kind of whatever you're up to. Brother got his doing the Seasbark farm in Isle of Dorn. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I heard that one was good because you could kind of double dip. I liked doing Seasbark on in follower dungeons. It was so fast and efficient. It felt so nice. I felt like I was really getting somewhere. Oh, that's funny. There is an ethereal portal here, but I can't use it. Have you ever seen this in your life? I'm on a level 1 delve on an alt, and they spawned a portal and it doesn't do anything. That's rude. I don't mind there not being a portal, but to put the thing in the delve is a little bit extra. Wow. I've never seen that before. That's so funny. All right, we're gonna take a look at this. You need the cloak to activate those? That's probably what it is. They shouldn't show them to sub 70s because you can't get a cloak sub 70, I don't think. Or sub 80. This one, maybe? I think it's this one. I did not understand this game for the longest time. Hooray for hay. Hay's for horses. And bunny rabbits and stuff. You know what I was really excited about yesterday? I discovered that if I open it up into a single layer, I can successfully shred paperboard, such as the kind used to enclose, say, a box of craft dinner, or really any other kind of like thin cardboard commercial packaging, like a cereal box kind of thing, in my 8-sheet shredder. It is strong enough to shred said cardboard and therefore make nicely either compostable or worm bedding material out of some of my recycling. Also makes it so I don't have as much recycling to pile up. I'm kind of tickled pink about this. Compost, right? I had a great time. I pulled a bunch of boxes out of my recycling bin, and I was just sitting on the floor of my office with my shredder, and I was just like, will you shred this one? Oh, you will! Can you shred this one? And, didn't break the shredder. Little things. Yeah! I haven't added the second story to my worm bin. I'm still thinking about what I want to do. If I want to expand it laterally, do I want to try to make it a stacking situation? Do I want to add a spigot? Do I want to just feed them on one side of the bin and let them move over there? Do I want to... Because I think what I need to do is I just need to keep feeding them on one side of the bin. I need to just chill and leave it for a while because I fed them vaguely recently, so the castings were done, but now they're mixed in with a bunch of food. So like I'm gonna have to let them finish the stuff that I gave them, and then harvest the castings because I'd like to top dress some of my garden with them in the fall, and it can just kind of like, I don't know, exist in the winter. I tried a worm bin once and they all ran away. Oh no, that is terrifying. We used to joke that that Kitty Cat was gonna witness a worm exodus from the worm bin in the kitchen, and that's why she was meowing at night, because she was saying, "Mom, worms." But usually if they're, and not that this is a problem that we need to solve, but what I've read is that if they're leaving the bin, there's something about the parameters in the bin that they don't like. Often that it's too wet or too dry, because they'll drown if it's too wet, and they don't like it if it's too dry either, and they will try to leave in search of better pastures, so to speak. But it's nothing says you have to have a worm bin. I certainly haven't super babied mine. But there's still worms in there. I checked yesterday. They're doing it good. They're pretty forgiving. I gave them... Actually, I had some oatmeal that I had made, and I had made too much. And I was like, I bet they'll eat this. I bet that they will love this. It's already cooked. They're going to have a field day. Alright, spin shroom. Want to be in that. Do you have a rupture up? I think you do. And I have another one. You have so many different buttons you can press as a rogue. So many options for what to do with your combo points. So many different dots you can apply. It's kind of the nice thing that I always forget that I like about, any luck? No. Feral Druid and, Rogue, is I always forget that they're kind of dot classes. Like, bleed classes are basically melee dot classes. And I like playing dot classes, and I forget that some of them are melee. Just never occurs to me. I figure if it's not a Warlock and it's not a Shadow Priest, then what are they doing? Arms Worry was like that, too. All about the bleeds. Bag of gold. That is a large upgrade. 506. And then we've got one more delve to go do. This one. Kriegvel's Rest with the candles. Also, if there's any world quests we can do, we should slap through those, because any mobs we kill could drop shards. And I need to do my world soul. One of these days they're gonna spit out 16k gold and I'm gonna throw a party. 16k gold I gotta keep.
Fallside Outpost needs reagents for incense.
Plus any resonance crystals. I'm gonna need them all. I think I got 16k twice and all of them are within. I felt like for a little bit I was getting it like once a week, but I was doing weeklies on a couple of characters for like a little tiny bit. I think I just got lucky though. It's just so exciting when it happens. Which is exactly why they do it, but I'm still chasing that high. You know what I bet she needs is weapons. She's got outdated weapons. Needs to get some daggers from a delve or something. 74. That's alright. She's got mining and blacksmithing. I guess I can track minerals, but I don't know if I should bother getting them because it's going to give her XP that has really nothing to do with Crackling Shards. You're not going to mine a Crackling Shard. Also, why is my rogue a blacksmith? That's another question. I don't normally like mixing and matching armor types. Like, I don't usually like crafting armor on a character that cannot use it. I guess I could make myself daggers or something, but... and there's nothing that says you have to be able to use your own armor, but it's just weird to me that if you don't. Yeah, I could be a weaponsmith, that's true. But, like, I could also be a weaponsmith and, like, a warrior who can then use all the plate armor. Daggers, yeah, exactly.
Honoring those of us in stasis lock is important to us. Thank you for your help.
I was heading this... Oh, this way. Oh, yeah, 10 kobolds. Especially because that's for 844 gold. It's just so fun to watch her wandering around in her little smooshy thing with her little smooshy Merlon backpack. 10 kobolds. Coming right up.
The kobolds are vandalizing and pillaging Morning Rise again. Please, stop them in any way you can.
There's my slice and dice. Yeah, we're doing fine. This is good. Happy with this. That's funny, this counts as a kobold. Is there a kobold riding it? No, I think it's just a mole. Miss arms with deep wounds and wrath. Heavy blades. What was your favorite era for, like, your main spec? If you're somebody that's, like, mained the same spec for a long time. When was your favorite era to play it in? My answer is easy, because as a Shadow Priest... Actually, I guess Shadow and Holy would be different. For Shadow Priest, it's Emerald Nightmare era Shadow Priest, because that version of Surrender to Madness was just hilarious. It was so fun. It was so busted. It was so feast or famine. It was very exciting. It was the most adrenaline I've ever had raiding in my life. And then for a Holy Priest, I really liked Castle Nathria Holy Priest, actually. I felt like I was really cranking. I really liked all of the Holy Word reduction. I liked trying to get off 2 salvas in a fight by reducing the cooldown with my Holy Words. I was able to do it on Sludge Fist pretty reliably, and trying to parse on Sludge Fist as a Holy Priest was just awesome. It was so much fun. Are Crackling Shards really rare? They are to me. I haven't gotten one yet. I streamed yesterday, not one. Nothing yet. They'll come though. I've gotten 2 this whole expansion so far. But I haven't up until yesterday. I haven't really been living my life on the Isle of Dorn, so it's probably just not enough farming on my part. Switch to Warrior mid to late WoD. Kinda miss Gladiator stance. Was really cranking his arms in Season 2 of Shadowlands, which was great. Nice. Yeah, it feels kind of funny to me that, like, my favorite eras of the class are just when it was overpowered relative to other classes. But I guess, you know, that's what it takes to have fun. Elites tend to have a higher drop rate. For a while I was doing rares. I was kind of going back and forth between 2 rares. And I didn't get lucky doing that just yet. I've also heard people grinding these in follower dungeons as well, like the Isle of Dorn follower dungeons, but I did so many follower dungeons for Seasbark that I'd rather not. Still trying to figure out my single target rotation. Oh, first time I've made Fury. This is cool and does good DPS. I liked Arcane and Mop, had an instant cast dot, and the dot would shoot other enemies close by. And you could put it on as many targets as you wanted. It was so fun, did big damage on council fights. Nice. B farms where I was doing it, have 7. Nice, congratulations. Decent amount from Delves on Ults. That's what we're at. We're believing. I wonder why it thinks I'm, like, spamming my mutilate button. I don't know what's up with that.
Did you find something?
I had 1 drop when I was doing bee farming for my meter bee, and I had 1 drop from I don't even know what. I don't know where I got my first one from. We're believing. We're not leaving this island until we have all 10. I'm gonna level alts with delves and questing, and I'm gonna get shards eventually. And whenever I get 10 shards, any alts that aren't leveled yet, out of my 20-ish 70s, they're on the chopping block. It's a race against drop rate. My favorite thing about this version of the challenge is that there's kind of like a consolation built in for if the shards aren't dropping for me. Oh, it's highlighting it. Oh, it was weird that it was like spamming it. Yeah, I have the rotation highlight assist on. That must be what's going on. Haven't got a single one. I didn't get anything getting a hunter from 70 to 74. But it'll happen. I'm kind of rotating through my alts as they have rested. Plus this way I'll probably get some extra 80s. I don't know what I'll use them for, but maybe it'll come in handy for chet lists or something. Because I definitely have stamina to do like a dozen chet lists in a week. That's happening. What if we get so many alts leveled that we could do all of the chet lists in like 2 weeks, and then we just like double down on it, go all in, and get it finished? Pythy Starfish, thank you for the 72-month resub. Appreciate it very much. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. This is kind of a fun thing to do in a weekend. I'm pretty pleased with this. I like it because I have other sort of like milestones built in. Like even if I haven't got a shard yet, I've got levels. I've got some gold. I've got some resonance crystals. I think that's what I like most about the out-leveling and the out-leveling and delve scheme is that I'm working towards a lot of other things simultaneously, which takes a little bit of the sting out of the fact that I'm not getting a whole lot of shards yet. But it's RNG. There's people that do the bee and wolf farm and don't really get shards very fast. It's just the question is if you're getting lucky or not. I think this character will do more damage as she gets weapons and stuff. She's doing fine. That's why we do it on a level 1 delve. I found that for leveling delves, you will get slightly better rewards from higher level delves, but they take so much longer, especially if your ult is under gear, that it's kind of, in my opinion, not worth it. Multiple rewards make sense. Besides, apparently I need like hundreds of thousands of resonance crystals, so the main thing I'm getting them from is weeklies. But you can, you can do a tree of weeklies and ults while you're leveling them. Goes pretty good. You just using the low level delves to level an ult, or do the shards also drop? The shards should also drop. The shards should have a chance to drop in the delve from the mobs and from the end boxes. I haven't had one drop yet, but I've been promised it's possible. If you had a pet worm and you were going to name him, what direction do you go? And how come the only one I can think of is Harold? Hi chat, Mrs. Hazel. Hi Mean Beans, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Mr. Squiggles. That's a good one. Wilbur the worm. Ooh, I like Wilbur. Got 3 shards from Delves. I think they all came from Fungal Fallen. Harold is good. I like Jerry. Jerry the worm. Squidgy. Rogue has sprint. That's kind of fun. I like Mo the cat. Mo's a very cute name for a cat. I kind of, and this is extremely cheesy of me, because I have a dog named Moose, and I've already kind of gone in a little too hard on like the tacky Canadiana. But if I had a female cat or a dog, I kind of really love the name Maple. And then I could have Moose and Maple. like so extra. I would be embarrassed to introduce them to people, but like, how cute is that? You know what I mean? I have a toad that lives in my perch that we named Franklin. What about Meese? Bruce. I don't want to do matching names because I feel like they would get confused. Maple Syrup the cat. Call them the Canada dogs. Mini celebrities. Mm-hmm. The dog and cat. Yeah, I feel like Maple works for a dog or a cat. It only gets strange if you start applying it to like children, and I feel like there's probably some children out there named Maple too. It wouldn't be the worst name I've ever heard. Moose and Goose. Oh man. I can't do the rhyming names. It just can't. I don't have it in me. Be yelling at one and the other one would be like, what did I do? Me? Who, me? No. You must be talking to the other one. I'm gonna keep doing this thing that I'm not supposed to be doing. Got a calico named Mabel? So sweet. Aww. Actually, that's a good point. If I had a dog named Maple, M-A-P-L-E, I would tell people the dog name when they ask, and they'd be like, oh, Mabel? And I would be like, yeah. Because, I don't know. People, whenever I introduce Moose, half people go, Goose? Like, people just can't hear it for some reason. It's like a hard sound to distinguish. If you name one Bacon, both will come when called. once I tried to do like the antlers with my hands to see if that illustrated the name Moose any better, and they just looked at me like I'd lost it. I want an orange cat named Goose. Had a friend talking about his son-in-law, sent him a picture of ice fishing on a lake in Ontario with a Timmy's coffee, saying it was a pretty Canadian thing to be doing. Not the Timmy's coffee. Like the other animal that isn't a dog, yeah. One lady was laughing her head off, being like, he doesn't look anything like a moose. And I'm like, no, he's a dog. It's a name, you know? They don't have...
I'll give you a hand.
He is brown. Sorta. He's like black and brown and white. He's got kind of like German Shepherd-y colors. Didn't you have someone come up to Moose just saying, I love you? Yeah, there was a woman who professed her love to Moose in a Canadian Tire parking lot. It was really funny. She was just like, we were walking with the dog, and she comes up, and she's just like, she looks at him, and she's like, oh, I love you. And she says hi to the puppy. Because he was a baby still. He was so, I mean, he's still cute, but he was so cute. He's been making friends lately by staring at our neighbors through the fence. Just, not even barking, just like... Hello? I don't see any crackling shards yet. I should make sure I have rarity turned on so that it yells at me if any of them do drop. Ah, I didn't have it on yet. Come meet Moose. Yeah. There's deer that like to walk past our window as well. There's a mom deer and with her 2 fawns, and Moose just stands at the window and just stares at them. And he's not even worked up. He's not like jumping around or panting or like stressed about it. He's just kind of watching them like, do you think they want to meet Moose? And then, of course, the mama deer's just staring at him through the window being like, you stay on that side of the glass. You do not come near my babies. There you go, kitty. I got you. I got you. Hi. Okay, well, we got 2 of our weeklies done from that, and we can turn in these 3 Delver's calls. That'll be some good XP at least. So nice he doesn't go berserk. I swear he just wants to make friends. I think I'm that delusional dog owner that thinks that my big dog is just wants to be friends with everybody, but he just wants to be friends. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to let him go play with the deer. That is super not happening, but he's just so cute. He just watches them like, hi. I'm lonely.
Speak and be heard.
Here we go. That's level 75. I don't even know those words. We need to do a couple more world quests. If indeed there even are enough world quests out here. There's one up there. I need to wait for more to spawn. We also have, upgrade? Yeah. Could be a stealthy rogue hunt. Turn in a couple of weeklies. I have lots of rested left, so we're probably going to do some standard questing as well. See what kind of level we can get Ripsy here too. Maybe she'll get a shard just from a random mob. Could happen. Hasn't happened yet, but you never know.
So much to discuss. Sorry, I got distracted.
There we go. Took a couple tries. That box has... For some reason these have a hard time like opening. There we go. 515 trinket, excellent. And some pants. Need those too. Oh no, we're transmog. I need the transmog changes.
The Titans search the great dark beyond for the prime world soul. This world soul, the most powerful in existence, they would guide to become the greatest Titan.
Yeah, it's a few thousand gold anyway. Hi, sweetie. How are ya? Kitty cat is head bumping my mouse hand. Hi. How are you doing this morning? You staying warm? I know it's kind of chilly in here. Okay, this is no chance of giving me crackling shards, but it's a world quest for the weekly. And there's 16 pet charms in it for us. Oh, no, hang on. We need to... This will never do. We need to have our pet battle add-ons on for that. You can't expect me to think for myself. Rematch and pet battle scripts. How would you get to be so cute? $16 turns? Yeah. The Goblin starting zone takes forever. It does. The Goblin and Worgen starting zones are really long. Hang on. I think I have to heal my pets. Bit chilly here. Only a high of 16 today, but sunny and crisp. Lovely. It sounds like fall's a-coming. This last few weeks of streams. Hope all's well with House, Kira, Moosey Woosey, and collecting. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're getting settled in. Kira's right here. She's just off camera, but she's been around. She's very happy that I'm back to streaming. This is like her happy space. Leaves have started to turn. Nice. Moosey's good. He has a yard. He runs around it at turbo speeds. He flies. It's so fun to watch. Are the scripts doing the moves? I'm pressing the auto battle button. It's very hard work of pressing my A key. And then the script determines which move corresponds to that A key. So, you know, it's not cheating. It's just really, really, really cheesy. But yeah, that's why I like having teams and scripts saved for Pet Battle World Quest, so that it's super easy to just roll past them, not turn the brain on whatsoever, and get the thing done. Yeah, it's efficiency, right? Took me over 2,600 to get my first Crackling Shard. This is going to be a long grind. Yeah, I think I was at like about 1,000 on my most of kills since my most recent shard. Is that button on the default bar? It's an add-on called Pet Battle Scripts. I'm using Pet Battle Scripts and Rematch. Those two things combined, and then of course you have to get scripts for them in teams, and I import those from Zufu's Pet Battles. It's very nice though. I don't think I would really do Pet Battles without it. It's a little intimidating to set up if you've never used it before, but once you're set, you're really set. It's super easy to use. What a cute no. Why, thank you. Although I do need to fix my pants here. I got an upgrade and it's all getting away from me. These are the two sets that I had saved for her. But I was using... I mean, that's kind of fun too. I love the trading post sets. Let's use the green one for a while, huh? I like the green one because it matches my actual Murloc onesie that I have. I have the green and red one. I think I once upon a time had the purple one as well, but I was decluttering and I figured I didn't need two of them. I could only ever wear one at a time. Heard you talk about it before. Really want to set it up. Just trying to get the technical steps down. I betcha there is a guide somewhere. Let me see. Zufu's. I betcha they have a page on it. They're really good at... Here you go. Here you go. That should walk you through it. They are really good at having like nice, concise, like just text guides for all of the main things that you need to, or that you might want to learn as a Pet Battle player.
What is your command?
Love that site. Yeah. I think that was just a quest we were doing. I wanted to turn in the Delve Weekly too. I don't think I can finish the World Quest Weekly because I refuse to go to any other zones because they're not Isle of Dorn. And we live on the Isle of Dorn. This is our home. Let's do that just to get that off my map. I don't know why it's not showing the quests. I must have something turned off. It's lucky that I know where they are. Did you end up liking the zones in this X-Pack? I did, yeah. I would say that Isle of Dorn and Hallowfall are my favorites. Ringing Deeps and Ashgahed are not my favorites. I think. Let's do the shoots. Ashgahed especially, because I just get lost down there. The verticality of it really messes with me. I can never figure out, especially in that area right when you've come down from Hallowfall. I get lost there a lot. I had a really hard time navigating, looking for the treasures. Oh, hi. Hello. How you doing? Hallowfall's my favorite. Hallowfall's so cool. Okay. So we want to go fourth and quest. Any side quest that we're on, really. Why is Mutilate lighting up a lot? I don't know. I think it might have something to do with I have the highlight function on where it's like highlighting the ability it wants me to use, but it's, you know what, it's still clicking that. I don't know, it's some kind of a bug or an issue with one of my add-ons maybe. I have issues sometimes with sometimes what'll happen is I'll be on my my boomkin and the game will just pop me in and out of my moonkin form like endlessly, instantly like that, just kind of toggling back and forth between them really rapidly. And I've never gotten to the bottom of that one. It just happens. I just deal with it sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't. It's got to be one of my add-ons. It's like too annoying of a bug for it to be default and left for this long. Oh. My shard. One. Two. These really hurt. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to... Here, let's finish the little babies. Any luck? No? Okay. So it's telling me I am 989 attempts, although of course I had it turned off for a while on Crackling Shards. There's a nice swoop. Oh, thank you. Hi everyone. Hello, Moberry Beach. Blizz put in is if you're using a weapon that isn't the right stats, it will make strange things happen, like randomly popping you out of stealth. Oh. I had to check my stats on my weapon for a second. Wait, what if that's me? Thankfully, Agi Dagger's on.
We have to push forward or we'll be slaughtered.
Alright. Do some camping. I must have been doing side quests before. This is a lot of mobs. I think I'm in great danger. I think I'm in large amounts of... What does that do? Cloak of Shadows. That's Vanish. That'll help. Percentage, anything significant. It's going up at 0.02% per kill. So I'm guessing that's what it has for the drop rate for the for just default basic mobs. It may be different for elite mobs, but I don't know if it's set up to account for that. Might just be averaging. Oh yeah? Yeah, still no shards, not yet. Could be any minute though. You never know. I just hit 1,000 kills since my last shards, so. Or at least 1,000 tracked kills since my last shard. we're starting the campaign again. The more times we do this, the better at it we're gonna get.
Dragon, are you all right?
Yes. Thanks to Grandad teaching me stone form. Wait. Where is he? We've got to find him.
Hi, Asana. How are you doing?
Much better.
Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Oh, missed one.
Use this scroll. These relics must be destroyed before they overload.
But we're only on the rogue for as long as we have rested, which means that we're going to be getting lots of characters leveled, and also, you know, it's a nice little... Before you get too bored of one class, you can switch to another one. Okay, trying my best, being very soft. How are you? I'm okay too. I'm also doing my best. Well, I'm showing up today, and that's a good start. I'm excited about the cooler weather because it's a chance for me to whip out my favorite fluffy, cozy layers. I have a somewhat egregious collection of fleece, and it's nice to be dipping back into it. Get back into WoW. Haven't played since Shadowlands. Any good tips? Haven't played since Shadowlands. It's not that long ago. The biggest new things are going to be the way professions feel and skywriting, but it's pretty straightforward to get a hold of, and professions are kind of optional. I would just say stick with the campaign and the quests that are like the pink triangle marked quests. If you see any of those, definitely prioritize that. That'll unlock systems for you. And the game does a pretty good job of walking you through the basics that you need to get started with. It'll get you leveled up and through the campaign. Yeah, jump in, enjoy the ride. No rush, no hurry. Just do things that sound like fun to you. There's so many different ways to play WoW now. If you don't want to do dungeons or raids, you don't have to, but if you do, they're out there and they're good. Delves are new, actually. They're kind of like well, they don't have to be single player, but they're dungeons that you can do single player, sort of, with an NPC companion with you. Those are fun. Good way to level and get gear.
Jaina, Ro, we need help. Magni's in trouble. Follow me. Magni can't hold off Xerix much longer.
We'll hold the line. Champion, help Magni.
Buff. That one.
Come and get some, you titanous bastard!
Currents, thank you very, very much for the 42-month resub. Mild deja vu from the shelf being on the left side of the vanilla canvas again. Shelf on the left side of it. I don't even remember when it was that I had it set up in that way. I know I've like flipped it back and forth a few times. Is this something I want to wear? It is. This is my 4th office I've had these canvases in now. Second last place. Yeah, with a little tiny window? Are the Hellfall BGs Season 3? Or bags? BGs or bags? I guess I don't know the answer to either of them. I don't remember what you're talking about. Hellfall bags. Like the Nightfall event? They're from last season. They might still give you updated veteran gear, but they might give you from previous. I don't remember a window. Second to last place had like a tiny little window. I think I like covered it with something. Season 3 adventure track. They've probably been depreciated then. They probably want you for Season 3 gear in Koresh. But I don't recall the details. That sounds plausible. Veteran from the weekly reward. There you go. 1 veteran piece. That sounds like you know more than me. I'm all out of date on that stuff. I know I do Undermine weekly still, and I get adventure gear from like the caches and stuff. But I guess on the outfit I'm doing it on, I actually need it. Still counts.
They are retreating. Well executed, Outlander. Now, I believe you and your friends have much to discuss. Conversation initiated.
We brought the Nerubians here.
No, the Nerubians were focused on the core way. The attack was
I
another
think
part
it's
of
about 3. Well, we'll see. Trying to estimate how many levels worth of experience you get before you run out of rested. Seems about 3, maybe 4. So 2 and a bit restocks are rested to level up. I guess we'll see what when this character's rested runs out. Good advice that Goose has. I forgot the horrific visions are still here. I haven't touched those since I got my achievement. I've never looked back. I feel like they nerfed the enchant so that people wouldn't feel like they had to. I think they're trying to make it so that by the end of the expansion you don't have to go back and do all of like the patch content from all of the previous things that they released during the expansion, because there's just too many of them now.
Look out!
It was Odin. I knew him. His memory will be preserved. Please deposit
They
his
want you to
memory
ask
gem
about a
into the
profession
archive's
trainer.
Repository. So, the archive holds every Earthen's memory.
Enchants are disabled now. Oh, well, there you go.
this may be a solemn ritual.
I think I prefer it that way. I wouldn't want to have to go do horrific visions on every alt that I leveled up just to get them into optimal gear. I think it's nicer when that kind of thing is only valid for the patch where it's new. It makes things like a little more disposable, but it also makes it less annoying and complicated to get caught up when you come back, because you can basically just take your alt, head straight to Koresh, you know, and then do current season, Delves Dungeons raid. Memory gem deposited. That must be up there. Can't imagine doing that in every alt. New augment is for head? New augment. I didn't know there was a new augment. The new augment rune is just like a reusable rune. It's not an enchanted alt. It gives you like an augment rune buff.
I attend to the archive.
Belt useful for a little while longer? Like 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Any shards dropping today? Not yet.
Conversation initiated. Thank you. Keep the device.
You never know, though.
You
I've done a handful of delves today.
find
No luck from that just yet.
Dagon,
But we're replaying the campaign for leveling.
I'll be back.
It'll get us onto kill quest sooner or later.
Is under attack. Praise the Titans, you are sick.
Does her Hearthstone take her here? It does. That's good.
The city may have fallen. We need the council's direction.
My directive has beds are scarce. We have resorted to using the proscenium as a field hospital.
You'll find me where I'm not about to leave the Isle of Dorn unexplored. I have a reputation to uphold.
Oh, hang on. I'm already on the castle. I'm already on the Isle of Dorn campaign. Okay. Hide that one. That's a wanted quest, and this is our campaign. So many things going on in the town. Hard to keep track sometimes.
My directive is to serve you.
I haven't earned that cloak yet. Or that cloak. Maybe I should do it just for the transmog. It's all log that counts.
Patronage.
time you stood united. We need to find this Edelgon, rebuild ye Corway. I'm willing to be a liaison, if ye be willing to speak with her.
Where's this taking me?
You are correct.
Oh, up top.
If Merrick's wasn't Council Ward, I would have never agreed to do this. You do not.
Oh, yeah, they want you to head there.
to
Okay.
Her betrayal, Outlander.
Let's turn in this one while we're in
I have
town.
no hope for our success.
What quest add-on is that? I am using Dialogue UI to reskin the quest window. I also have Waypoint UI updating the Waypoint UI to kind of make it easier. Like this little indicator is Waypoint UI. Big upgrade there. I think this is a side quest. Well. Never mind. Not that important. Remind me again, is this the original Ripsy? Or was OG Ripsy deleted? This is original Ripsy. This character is never got deleted. Oh, this is the Earthen quest line. I mean, that's as long as it has me killing mobs in the Isle of Dorn. We'll go do. Oh, hang on. Now that we've done that intro, there's two there's two world quests we can do over there that'll get my weekly done. Nice. I thought I was gonna have to wait until tomorrow, and then we can do the campaign. So another half a level and maybe a little bit more. 76. It's gonna get me to like 78-ish before we run out of rested and then get on a new character. I gotta take aerial halt off the bar. I'm always using it by accident and I never ever ever mean to.
A few survivors are still unaccounted for. Please gather them and return them to safety.
Took it off. Great choice. Yeah. I'm sure some people are like very advanced Skyriders and use it for great precision and conservation of their vigor, but I'm kind of like a press up and press forward sort of Skyrider. Anything outside of that is too fancy for me. Trying out how Lore Walker is for XP, but it does not seem great. Yeah, I heard you could use it, but I never tried it. I figured I didn't really want to replay those quests. Huge track and writing parse. She means me. I'm always at 6 figures. I'm always out. I always used to say my bird was out of gas. Yeah, I would consider leveling with lore walking if I hadn't done lore walking yet and I wanted to do it to either see the quest for the first time or in order to get the rewards from them, because you can get toys from them from finishing each quest line once. So if you hadn't done it yet and you want to do it on a leveling character, you may as well. But if you've already done them, I feel like there's less incentive because you've already seen the story. Oh yeah, that's right. Lore walking has item IDs. I guess there is another reason if you were a super insane account mode completionist. Trying to get those mogs from it. Yeah, you guys are brave. I forgot about that. I think I heard about that and went, nope, that's not a me problem. Absolutely not. Bird gas so expensive nowadays. Getting rid of vigor? Are they? If true, news to me. But I'm sure I've missed all kinds of announcements, so you might know better than I do. You can get mog from lore walking? You have to ask Jeff and Nitram about it. It's a finickier thing than I'm familiar with. It's going to be on a charge system instead. Oh. Does that not kind of amount to the same thing? Or are they just trying to let people use Whirling Surge without feeling like they're spending too much vigor to do it? Charges and cooldowns. Eh. I suppose I don't mind. Interesting. Reason besides XP to redo quests and story quests than an alt? I'm using it as kind of a framework for just questing in the Isle of Dorn in general so that I can be getting more just general mob kills for Crackling Shards. I'm kind of combining alt leveling with a Crackling Shard farm right now. But only for Isle of Dorn. Mostly for those who have trouble controlling vigor. Overall a good change. You just want to have the thing taking up space in the UI. Yeah, it probably, yeah, right. It probably amounts to mostly the same thing. Is the chance higher while leveling? It's not higher, but it's not lower. It's about the same. I'm assuming. But this way I get some XP at the same time. It's less about doing it with perfect efficiency and more about double dipping across multiple goals. How long gone are the days running out of vigor every time you fly across the green zone or dragonfly? I used to just flight path, honestly. Every time I tried to get across Azur's Span, I would just flight path my way out of Iskara because I knew I wouldn't make it up the hill. So I'd just be like, listen, stick me on a kite. You guys do it. I don't want to do it.
Come on, Ebona. Stay with me. I will answer your queries.
Oh, they want me to do Earthcrawl Mines again. I forgot about that. I guess I could do it again. It won't be for the initial quest, but it would be good for, I don't know. It's just another chance at a thingy. That's when I actually played the game, so it was all portal to dungeon and get summoned to raid anyway. Sure, you'll get a shard in this run. We're due. Our gear's a little bit better. I got at least one weapon replaced from the campaign quest, so that was nice. I am gonna, in a minute or so here, take my first... Also, I'm gonna remember to do this quest properly.
Alright, let's do this. Through here.
I want to take my stream break. It's almost 11 o'clock. Great way to travel sometimes. Go grab an IRL drink or a snack. Yeah. I'm glad they still do them. You know, it's the kind of thing that I feel like they could have phased out if they really wanted to, but I'm glad that they still make them sort of cinematic and they have your character instead of just like beeline from A to B, they have them go through different like scenic vistas and whatnot. I enjoy that. Every now and then I'll look over and I'll be like, that's a nice view. Someone picked out that view on purpose. Okie dokie. I'm going to get up and take a short break, and I will be back shortly. Okie doke. Okie dokie. Is this the right one? No, this is the right one. Alright, let's do this delve one more time. This one. This time we're getting the shard. Also, this is a good reminder, a good note to self, that in the future, if I'm going to do these delves, I should at least do... Shiv. Is that a button I'm pressing? I don't know. I should at least do... Oh. Let's put it on the bar. Might be important. The campaign up to the point where they send you into Earthcrawl Mines here before I get carried away. What's going on with your mutilated ability? I don't know. Something weird. It does look like, it does kind of flash up and down. It might be some bug with the assistant highlight. You know what's weird is this feels like a different story. Maybe they always use this story whenever they're, maybe they always use this story for the questing one. Because I swear we did this with a different story earlier today. Always up for this quest. Okay, that's good to know. I don't think I knew that before. I don't think I've ever done it twice in the same day before. I always just assumed this happened to be the story up whenever I was leveling. This is good. I feel like this is a decent story. What's the cooldown on Shiv? 30 seconds. Speed levelers use that quest to force this story since it's one of the faster ones. Oh. Used to be in Season 1. Gotcha, gotcha. Turn my font size down a little bit.
Here. Let's keep this cart moving. They're behind us.
Oh, let me in. Oh, let me in. Gonna have to start with the first link because the second link on how to use rematch and pet battle scripts went over my head. Well, that's alright. It's even easier now because if you have both add-ons installed and you import a rematch string, it will come with the script. I only found this out yesterday. I was very excited about it. So you don't need to go separately importing and adding the script. You'll just get that auto battle button up. To put a script on, if it's not on, or to check if your script is on, in Rematch, what I like to do is, hang on, I'm in combat, right-click on the team here, and then there should be an Edit Script button in the drop-down, and that'll let you check to see if you have a script, and if it's empty, that's where you would paste your script into. You could also, I think, right-click it here on the side, and that also has the Edit Script, but I usually just, when I have it selected, I just do it up here. But if you have both add-ons, or even if you don't, the rematch strings should come with the script if there was one now from Zufu's Pet Guides. Saves a lot of time. Most of doing a family battler achievement for me used to just be the data entry of attaching all of the scripts to the teams, so not having to do that manually is like a huge time saver for me. Hi Sito, how you doing today? Good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. First save my current pets as a team. You can also, if there is a team that you want to import, because if you're saving your current pets as a team, the script won't do you any good. The script has to be for a given team of pets. Don't worry about trying to make scripts unless you really feel inspired to. I've never made one. It's definitely not necessary. It's like the difference between making and importing WeCore is. So you would, one sec. On Zufu's Pet Guides, let's say you're looking for a world quest in War Within, you're on Isle of Dorn, you want to get Robot Rumble, which is that one right north of Dornagal. You'd pull it up here. You would click on this button, and that's going to copy your rematch string to your clipboard. My goodness, the ads. Once you have that, then, hang on, we're going to go back to the game, open up our pet tab, right-click on a tab somewhere, import a team, paste that rematch string, and it's going to come with a script. And then you would save it. Just saw we're getting a turkey mount in the trading post, and I need it. Yeah, it was the, what was it? Like, Wowhead data mined the winter trading post stuff. I vaguely saw a bread dagger, like a baguette that you're going to be able to stab people with, and I'm quite excited about that. Glad the stream is recorded. Yeah, no biggies. I also never mind going over it again either if you want another run through. I promise it's going to save you a bajillion years of your life doing pet battles and world quests and whatnot. Do you think they saw the baguette weapon in Claire Obscure? Thought we should do that. I didn't know there was one. I didn't play that one, but maybe. They're definitely. It wouldn't be the first time they've taken inspiration from a popular game that they've been enjoying.
We'll move ahead. Meet us up above.
French don't play around. Hi, Hazel and Chad. Hope you're all well this weekend. Hello, Rob. I hope you're doing well, too. We're doing good up here. Getting a little chilly. Pick up this one. Can the Crackling Shard drop in delves? Supposedly. Word on the street says that they can. I'm very excited to see the first one. It should be any minute now.
Hello.
It'll happen. I guess if it's really slow, then at least I'll get all my alts that are 70 up to 80.
Another ambush. This must be.
But yeah, that is a good point to make. Isle of Dorn delves specifically. So Fungal Folly, Creekfall's Rest, Earthfall Mines. Not the rest of them. Just those three. Got 4 in total since the release of the expansion. Nice. You're ahead of me. I've gotten 2. I'm sitting on 1 too. I need 8 more. I think these aren't giving me any experience. I think they're just giving me these little things. Got 2 from the Delves and Dorn. I'm optimistic. It's gonna happen. Got 2, just got number 3, farming bees and wolves while watching you this morning. Nice, congratulations. Doing them at tier 1 might be a decent strategy. Less boring than group farming bees. Yeah, I'm kind of mixing and matching. Doing some quests, doing some delves, doing rares when I see them. Just kind of leveling alts, using up the rested. Getting my weeklies done. Getting a couple extra delves done for the delve meta. Getting some resonance crystals. And I guess cash that I can turn into resonance crystals. Web general avatar. Do we have to do these ones? Can I just go sneak, sneak, sneak? I'm a rogue. Come on, Bran. We're getting out of here. We're supposed to have a 1% drop rate. Haven't been lucky yet. Yeah, that was my experience as well. I was ping-ponging between 2 rares for an hour and a half or so yesterday, and I did not get that first drop that I needed to lock me into that strategy. I think I made a team? Nice. Table? It has a script in there.
Nothing old Bran can't get through.
Oh, I got a blue. I got a belt. Oh, that's a big upgrade. I killed a rare and it didn't drop the crystal, but I got one the next pull. RNG works in mysterious ways. I have not lucked out yet. Apparently Alanira also has a 1% chance to drop a Crackling Shard. That I believe it because she's a rare in the zone, but that would be so funny. You finally kill her and you're like, oh hey, there's another one. Wow. Thanks.
There's more to explore out there, and you know me.
Can't resist a good cave.
Keeper's beard. Quaria's overrun with Fungarians.
Alright, now we're back into regular questing. And I got another dagger so I can stop using this 447 situation.
And not just the Oathsworn.
I do like interact key for questing. Once you get kind of comfy with it, it's really nice. I have mine bound to H, so you just, kind of walk up to whatever it is that you want to do and tap H. Something will happen. It's nice when your fingers are too cold to be mousing over stuff. Especially like little quest items. I do have my poisons on, that's good. I wasn't sure because I replaced my weapons, but I guess my poisons are a buff on me. See the auto battle button? Good, good. Something that makes pulling strategies and scripts kind of easy for me that I forget that not everybody is set up with, though, is that I have a lot of pets leveled to 25. So when the game, or when Zufu has a script or in a team and it has 3 pets in it, I can just import it and use it because I have those pets leveled because I have almost every pet leveled. Every once in a blue moon, it'll be something I'm missing, but it doesn't happen to me very often. And you have to be, you'd be a little pickier about it because if you didn't have those pets ready to go. Because if you've made your own team out of your own pets, that's great, and you can use Rematch to save that team for the tamer. And you could even probably make your script somehow. I haven't looked into it. But if your script does not match your team, it's not going to do you any good. It's just going to have you using random buttons. Spent all day leveling pets yesterday. Nice. The script has to correspond to the team and the moves that are saved on it. One of my pets is level 1. Yeah, I'll get you. But it's nice to have a goal of like, for this fight, I want to have these pets leveled, and then you can kind of level those pets and make like little mini goals out of it. I need to get more Fungarian chunks here. There we go. But I tend to get a little bit, I forget because it's been so long since I leveled those pets that I forget that not everybody has everything ready to go. It's one of the nice things about Zufu's pet guides, though, is for any given fight that you look up, you can browse lots of different teams. And maybe a different one has pets that you do have leveled. And I believe there's even a feature, not to overwhelm you too much right now, but there is a feature that lets you find teams that have pets that you have by linking your account. It can check your collection for pets that you have. Yeah, got some leveling to do. Did an Undermine Brawler a few months ago. Was using strategies for the wrong tamer and still winning. Nice. I think for the most part, they don't make battles as hard as they used to. They used to make them quite easily failable, and I don't think that they do that anymore. I think that, I mean, they still do stuff, but I don't think it's as finicky as they used to be. Saralek Family Battler was a nightmare and people were so mad about it that Blizzard changed it a lot for the War Within. Oh, was it bad? Did I do that one? I must have. Saralek. Family Battler Saralek Cavern. Oh yeah, it was for Gerald, that's right. At least it was only 4 fights. I guess it's only 4 fights in Kazalgar too. I still have to do the Kazalgar one. I got the strats for it, I just haven't gone around and done it yet. There's a pet for me if I do it. Some are nearly as hard, but there are a lot of easy ones. Okay. I like the Fungarian sounds. Their yells are really cute. They just, it seems like they really mean it. That was a bunch of chances at Crackling Shards. Didn't drop, but 30 odd shots at it. Wish I could give you my 2 extras. Yeah. It's okay. I'd probably want to farm on my own anyway. It'll happen. It'll be very exciting when it finally happens.
It is my oath-sworn duty to protect the Coreway.
Alright, where are they sending me now?
Say this poultice can mend even our
right here.
stone bodies. Pilgrim,
Injured
your
earth and
help is
healed.
appreciated.
You were right.
For a second I was like, ma'am, I'm a rogue? I don't know
Remorse
what you want me to do about this.
needed. Now the Coreway
I suppose they would have
lies
thought
in
of that.
ruin. I need your help, Edelgon. Just
Like a little
you
Lubbins.
needed mine.
I need Findorn and Tregor brought to the pool.
Oh, hang on. Gotta pick them up. I'm clearly the correct person to do this.
Good.
Yeah,
Now
have
for
the
Evelyn.
gnome do it.
She's fading.
I haven't paid too much attention to what's going on here, but I think it's funny that we heal injured earthmen by rehydrating them like a
Perhaps the healers there can help.
chia pet.
Pilgrim.
Just add water.
Yes. I am the former Stone Lord. Take one of the rams, Pilgrim. It's no
Okay,
strong,
so we're heading
but it's
back.
faster than going on foot.
We can pop in our World Soul Weekly, and then we can pop over there and
How
turn that
difficult
in.
can it
Cured Terracotta Stabber? 525. Alright, we got weapons at least. At least they give you a few weapons pretty early in the campaign, so if you had out-of-date ones, they'll help you out. Alright, come on, 16k gold. I like that they let you do these weeklies while leveling. Big fan of that.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. I don't know why that lags so much hitting my bags. Skill blank 1/1 mean anything? So that, I believe, means that the first skill doesn't matter. They're probably not going to use it. And the second one is choosing the first out of the 2 options, and the third one is choosing the first out of the 2 options. That's what's determining which moves your pet is equipped with, because each slot has 2 choices. I wouldn't worry too much about getting in the weeds of what the scripts are saying. I've never read one. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest with you. Not that it looks too complicated, but that part's not necessary to figure out. That would be overwhelming. I got 1,600 gold. That's a little upgrade. I think we're just about caught up. We're not quite there yet, but we're close to caught up on rested for my rogue. I think I'm gonna do a warlock next. I think boy is next on the list after I run out of rested here.
Damn bugs. They're attacking our injured.
All right, we got Nerubians to fight.
I have an idea.
Ha! I knew it would work. Let's light them up.
Come on, Crackling Shards. One thing I wish someone had told me is to toggle to auto-load teams on mouse over. Oh, have you been manually pulling your teams? Used it for 2 years manually loading my teams. Oh no. Oh man. That's one of my favorite features. Oh Lord. I mean, still better than trying to like remember what team you had, but still. Little learning curve interpreting the chart of the team on Zufus. Wasting my life loading teams. Did all the pet dungeons manually loading them. Oh no. I think for the very early pet dungeons I didn't have pet battle scripts yet. And maybe not even rematch yet. I must have had rematch, but I didn't have pet battle scripts when I was doing all of my dungeons. So I used to pull the notes up for the fight on the other monitor so I could follow them every week when I was doing my pet dungeon. And I think there was one time in my life when I was doing my pet dailies and I just had my teams memorized. Like I would go into my journal and I would fish out the pets I needed for each fight. Specifically like the mop daily tamers, because I don't think I had pet battle add-ons yet. I don't even know if they existed yet. It used to take so much longer. Wailing Caverns went from 40 minutes to 20 when I swapped to mouse over. Oh man. That's 20 minutes you get to keep? Actually, it's not. We don't get to keep any time eventually, but it's 20 minutes you can use for something else. Never use the scripts, just raw dog every pet battle until I win. Hey, if you're having fun, by all means. I resisted pet battle scripts for years because I thought they were too cheesy. I still kind of do, but I've just accepted it now. I felt like it was bypassing everything that made pet battles fun for me, so I didn't use them. And I think it was grinding levels that eventually made me see the light. I was just doing the same fight over and over and over again. I was like, man, if I could do this on a hotkey. And then once I started doing it for one thing, it was over for me. My principles were out the window. Resisted scripts until I learned about Super Squirt. Yep. It'll get the best of us. Yeah, I used to do Super Squirt manually too. And it wasn't even that many moves to remember, but when you're just trying to do it for hours while watching movies. Yeah. Use my brain for many things, and pet battling not one of the things I need or want to use brain power for. It's just, it's not really well suited to it. It was kind of like when they wanted us to use our brains for mission tables in Shadowlands, when they gave the followers more abilities and gave the positions more import and turned it into like a mini game. It just wasn't a mini game I was really interested in doing. It's like, if we can just press a button and not do this isn't that fun.
The Foundation Hall champion. The fight against the Nerubians is far from over.
1,000 of them, 25 levels each, too much. Yeah, it's just kind of a byproduct of how many pets they have. They didn't have that many pets when they first set the level 25 thing. Every now and then someone comes along and they're like, they should increase the pet level cap, and I go, no! Because then I would have to level my 1,900 or whatever pets up to whatever the new cap is, and we don't like that idea, so we don't do it. And I think that Blizzard is on my side here, because they haven't done it. Yeah, not everything has to be super involved. Level up my Inky pet. She's level. It's almost like my priest name.
I am glad you're back, Adelgar. The Count Adelgar and I will oversee the repairs.
Some of these early campaign quests have me out there killing mobs, and a lot of them don't. Oh, that's an upgrade though. 3 ults at 70, waiting for next week's time walking. I think I skipped last time walking. Yeah, there we go. Autocorrect wanted it to be your priest's name. I was excited for Squirt Day to have a chill day, but I had so many type leveling tokens that I leveled 20 pets, only had to level 12 via Squirt. I mean, that's a good thing. You're done quick. I always try to use up those type leveling stones whenever I can. Most people would have automated the Shadowlands mission tables even if they found the system fun. There's a fine line of automating pain points and friction points in game and then automating away the entire game. And I think the line is in a different place for everybody. But if they make too many things happen automatically, then there's no more WoW to play.
These repairs will be wasted if we're attacked again.
Had to rename my Goblin Rogue R.I.P. Boblin Gulls. The world has truly lost a piece of culture today.
Meet me
Oh
inside
no.
the Storm Perch. We will rally the Storm Riders and
Let's do
protect
that
the
one.
Unbound.
Where do you want me to go? This way. I wonder if they're going to have me do Rookery, actually.
Over here.
There's an add-on to automate
Fly
pet
to the
battles?
Rookery together.
Rematch combined with pet battle scripts. Oh, interesting. Rookery bracket quest. So maybe it's like a follower dungeon, but for leveling? Are you sure that was the right hero talent? Uh-huh. Of course not.
Before us
Why on earth would it matter?
Outlander. It is the command center and Rookery for all.
You tie your
Storm
shoes and then go, oh man, I should have done the right one first.
This is highly irregular.
I'm right-legged, and therefore I could have been out of the door 0.5 seconds faster.
Thank the Titans.
Should I just like start fighting stuff?
Storm Perch has been breached and the Storm Riders corrupted. Hurry! If we free these storm brooks, we can fly there.
I actually forget if I'm right or left-legged. I'm right-handed,
Stop this!
and I know my left leg is not as flexible as my right leg, but I don't know if that means anything. There's a faster way to tie shoes most people don't do. I'm sure there is. Unless you just mean buying Velcro, in which case I agree. We should all get on board that train. Although I hate it when Velcro gets less sticky as it gets like clogged up with a bunch of stuff. And my shoes always get really dirty because I'm always walking in stuff.
Radiating dark energy.
I'm off-roading, you know.
affecting the storm rocks.
Yeah, what's the shoe tying meta?
I will
Velcro,
distract them
Crocs.
here. We can link
I bet you anything Jeff actually has like a supposedly faster knot. Do you use one of actually I think I've asked you this before. I was going to ask you once if you used one of the keyboards that has been laid out for more efficient typing. Because the QWERTY UYOP layout is something that was designed Not because it was most efficient, but because it was a layout at which people would type at a speed that wouldn't overwhelm the processing capacity at the time, either from computers or typewriters, I don't remember. There is a more efficient way to do it, and nowadays our computers don't bottleneck the speed at which we're inputting text, but we still use QWERTY UAP keyboards because that's what everybody learned on, and we just can't get rid of them at this point. But some people will get keyboards that are laid out in this other, more efficient way and teach themselves how to use them, and it just seems like a Jeff thing to do. Dvorak, that's right. They've been around forever. Thought about getting one. Yeah, wouldn't jam the hammer and typewriters, exactly. I've kind of thought about getting one too, but I don't feel like my productivity is being limited by my typing speed. I think it's being limited by some other garbage that is probably more complicated to untangle. Fastest recorded typing, still on QWERTY. Oh. I don't know a lot of the details about it. I just know kind of like the bones of the story. Kizik shoes, looks like regular tennis shoes, but are slip-on. I have slip-on shoes, and they used to do me a lot of good when I was going to yoga all the time because you need to take off your shoes at the door, and it was just easier to get them off and on in a hurry. But given that I'm not taking my shoes off and on in a hurry, I really like laces over something like slip-ons or Velcro because I feel that I need the extra snugness that comes from really like lacing my foot into the shoe. I need the support. I don't want my shoes to be moving around. I want them on pretty snug. I just tied 2 bunnies. Listen, if we're not using Palomar knots, what are we doing? Hey, Hazel and chat, how's it going? Hi, Angela. Happy Saturday.
Rest well, Kyrios. You deserved a better rider than Goran.
Hope you're having a lovely weekend.
Goran myself.
A lot of WoW players would benefit from making movement ESDF so you have easy access to more keybinds. I've never felt like I had not enough. Well, actually, that's not true. I used to feel like I didn't have access to enough keybinds. And at the time, you know, like 15 years ago or whatever, I thought the only possible solution was to buy a keyboard with gaming keys. So I got like a used one off a guy I worked with, which in hindsight is kind of gross, but whatever. And eventually I discovered shift and alt modifiers and you know, a 12-button mouse, and I've never had a problem since. I think without the MMO mouse I would be in trouble, though. I really like having the button grid on my MMO mouse, and I would be very cross to have to learn how to play without it. Because I can put 36 binds on the thing. And I don't use them for my rotation, but basically anything that's not rotation, like my cooldowns and my buffs, and stuff that you're pressing like every 30 seconds, but not like 10 times a second. All of that stuff is a great fit for my mouse. How's the shard hunting going? I'm having a nice time. I'm getting some alts leveled. I'm getting lots of progress in basically every metric that's not Crackling Shards dropped. Shoes with both laces and a zipper. You can tie them as tight as you want. Get them off and on quickly. They're 305 words per minute on a QWERTY, but it was a 1-minute long test. Maybe a long-term Vorak is better. It's also possible that the person that did 305 words a minute on a QWERTY keyboard is just like a savant that likes QWERTY keyboards, and if they had dedicated themselves to a Dvorak keyboard for the same amount of time, they would be able to outstrip their own record. Some people are just talented. Number pad mouse with a USB foot pedal. Peak key binding. MMO mouse ruined me. I don't know how I'd play WoW without it. It drives me nuts when they stop making the ones that I like, and by that I just mean Logitech discontinuing the G600. I'll never forgive them. Naga keypad. No, I have not used a Naga in like 15 years. I have been on a G600 for a long time. Because I used to wear out a Naga once a year. My hand or something. I'm not like a mouse thrower or a slammer or anything like that, but I would just break them pretty much annually, and it was too expensive. So I switched to the G600s, like back in Cataclysm. I haven't been using the keypads either. I switched off of those maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Because I just wanted to go back to a traditional keyboard and have less stuff on my desk. And I didn't want to go through the same thing with my keypad that I went through with the mouse, where they were becoming harder to find. Because I had that same situation. I used to use a Logitech G13 keypad, and then they discontinued them, and then I had to use the Orb Weaver, and it was just a whole mess. It was just easier to not. How do you still find G600s? I don't, honestly. They discontinued them. I'm not willing to pay more than market price for them, so I'm using the one I still have, and I have a mouse in... a different branded mouse in reserve for when this one eventually dies. Dvorak keyboard gaming is just satanic behavior. Lasted so much longer than the Naga. And they used to cost less too. Like, you used to be able to get a G600 on sale for like 40 bucks. And I appreciated that. They wanted like 100 for a Naga. And the G600 was wider. Like, I always had a less hand cramping and pain using the G600 because it was nice and wide. And I even started using the third mouse button for stuff, and I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to give that up one day because no one else does that. They don't make them anymore. Logitech hates me personally. They said, I'm sick of that Hazel girl and I know how I'm gonna get her back. Glad I got 2. I felt bad because I got Flabby onto them and then they discontinued them, and now he's toast too. I think he's using a Red Dragon mouse now from Amazon. Yeah, they discontinue all the good things. I'm hoping I can use this Logitech keyboard until the end of time because I really like the layout of it. I once thought I broke it when I spilled something on it, but I later plugged it in months later just to see, and it had dried out sufficiently that it wasn't having any issues anymore. I thought I fried it, but it was okay. It just needed a little vacation. But it has like a wide volume scroll wheel for global PC volume that I really like using, and I miss it when I don't have it. Rip the Harmony remotes. So if I ever break this one, then I'm gonna be sad. Although I do think I have a backup because I thought I broke it once, so I got a different... I don't even remember who made it. I got a different mechanical keyboard with brown switches. That's the main thing for me, is just making sure. I like brown mechanical switches. That's my preferred type. It's a little sad that it's not like the prettiest name, but what are you gonna do? Well, I found a keyboard I love, bought 4 of them just in case. Nice. That's smart. That's the move. I've been eyeing an Azeron Cyborg 2 keypad. The design is wild, but it might be good. The name is kind of wild. Cyborg 2. Let me Google it out of curiosity. Azeron. One-handed keyboard. Whoa, it looks freaky. Is it gonna eat your hand? Why is it like that? It must. What kind of game is that for? Oh my gosh, it looks crazy. No wonder they call it the Cyborg. That's funny. A little spendy though. Oh, it's got the thumbstick. I used to love... That was the thing I had to adjust from the most when I switched off of using a keypad, was I really miss having a thumb pad for movement, or like a thumb joystick for my WoW character movement. It's super nice. It makes it really easy to do anything and move because you're not using any fingers but your thumb for your movement. I had a real learning curve to adjust off of that, and I still don't really do my full DPS rotation while moving. I can kind of sort of do half of it. I just play dot classes. It's the keypad that grabs you back and draws you back to the collective. Resistance is futile. Push each switch with either your fingertips or your knuckles. Fully 3D printed. Every finger is adjustable with an Allen key. My hand would cramp up pretty bad for just moving with thumb. It wasn't, you didn't have to move much. It never bothered me, but it might be different for different people. But I use WASD now. If I have to DPS and move, I'm generally moving with my mouse instead, so that I have my left hand fingers available to try to press buttons. Or I'll turn on auto run. Like I have auto run on just flicking my mouse wheel to one side, and then I can turn that on, steer with my right mouse button, and have all kinds of fingers available as long as I don't auto run myself off of something. Which has only happened, you know, a couple of times. I'm not that fancy anymore. The nice thing about playing with just a regular keyboard is that if you're ever needing to play on someone else's setup at like a LAN party or an event or something like that, which, you know, basically never happens to me anymore, but it has happened to me at least once. And if I had been set up to play on a keyboard, I would have performed much better. Do you do your rotation with the mouse buttons? I keep my mouse buttons for cooldowns, buffs, and anything that I'm going to be pressing kind of no more than once every 30 seconds. And then I do my rotation on the keyboard, because it's not very ergonomic to hammer out your whole rotation on your thumb. So anything that I'm spamming is going to be on my keyboard buttons. But I have lots of stuff. I use, well, let's see, I have Kick, Feint, Thistleteeth, Crimson Vial. On my Priest, I have buttons like my Premonition, my Chastise, my Fortitude buff. Holy Word Sanctify I throw on my mouse button as well because it's kind of comfy to just chuck it out that way. And it's not super often. General rule of thumb is if it's more often than 30 seconds or it's like a rotational thing, it's going on the keyboard keys. And if it's a once in a while thing, it's going on the mouse. And that's just for me. I had a Cloud9 Ergo split keyboard that I Velcro and taped back together so it's not split. I couldn't find another Ergo mechanical keyboard. That's funny. I used to love the HyperX Cloud headphones because they were so comfortable and they sounded nice, but they always broke on me. I never managed to get very long out of them, and then I eventually switched to just wireless Bluetooth headphones. You know, you get some audio lag, but it's worth it to not get choked every time you get up and you forget you're wearing headsets. I like when you skip the conversation. It's like, yeah, you guys talk about this amongst yourselves. Don't ask me. I don't know.
On your signal, I'll lure the Nerubians to the meadery.
And we will prepare a welcome for our guests.
Paradaggers. Oh, nice big ring. Can't play with the MMO mouse. I blame Hazel for suggesting it on stream 5 years ago or something. Had my HyperX Cloud for like 5 years, no issues. It's possible that I damaged the cable ports on it by forgetting that I was wearing a headset and trying to get up and walk away. Might have something to do with it. There's a reason I switched to Bluetooth. I don't want anything. I don't want to be cabled to anything. It's just not worth it for me. Do you plan on playing Anthus again? Eventually, I'm sure. He's one of my alts. He's even on my main screen. That'll do it. Yeah. I wonder if they're going to send me through the meadery. I think I'm pretty much out of rested. I know it looks like I'm rested, but I bet you if I go out and I just kill a mob or two here, I think this character is pretty much caught up to her rested. She is at 77 and a third. Kill a mob here. Maybe this'll do it. Love being able to walk around my apartment while still listening on Hanging in Discord. Have you ever had, yeah, no, I'm not arrested. Have you ever had someone, you said you were going AFK, and you walked away but you're still wearing your Bluetooth headset, and then somebody says something about you because they think that you're gone, and they don't know that you have a wireless headset? Been playing WoW for 20 years in a Wacom pad. The pen is my mouse, and I haven't used an actual mouse for at least 15 years. Wow. That's different. That's one I've never heard. Self-hype myself into ordering a Cyborg 2. We'll tell you how it goes. Do report back. Not yet. It happened to me once, but it was nice things. Nobody's trying to flame me. It was funny though, because I came back and I'm like, huh. Guess what I use? It's a long time ago too. Alrighty. It looks like Ripsy here. I guess she can sell these too. Those were nice for when I was working on. I'm just gonna get rid of those. Good old someone says something about me, but I had my headset on moments. I'm gonna put my. Oh, I've got 12k. I've got some gold to deposit, and I've got a couple pet charms I can chuck in the war bank too. No shards yet. But let's get our next character set up for this.
My thanks for your patronage.
Okay, I had to check. No crackling shards here either.
Return.
Consider the Tartarus. I used to use an Orb Weaver because the Tartarus had membrane keys and the Orb Weaver had like semi-mechanical keys at the time. And I did not want membrane keys. I wanted mechanical keys, but I've switched off the Orb Weaver. I didn't want to use a keypad anymore. Warband Miser is the add-on that I use to auto-deposit the gold. 2 have the Arcturus Nova Pro Wireless. First one was worse than the new one I have. I think I got a faulty one. Alright, there's 74. There's 77. Boy. Boy's next. Membrane keys are evil. I just wear them out eventually. There will come a day when they will stop responding. And I find that the lifespan of mechanical keys is, for my purposes, basically infinite. So, it's just a question of longevity for me. Plus, I don't like the feeling of them anymore. I'm too used to my mechanical keys. They don't respond day one. Alright. I don't want to be here. I'm gonna have to take some portals. Don't mind me. Stuck in the last expansion. Hello? I actually have like a really cheapo wireless Logitech membrane keyboard that I used for like my media PC that I had in my living room hooked up to my TV. And I would end up playing like PC games on it from my coffee table because it was just comfier than playing at my desk for me. But like I've done a surprising amount of gaming for this like $25, $30 keyboard. That probably was $15 once, but you know, inflation. The horror. I know. And it works. It only kind of lags. What am I doing? I'm going to Dorn. That's what I'm doing. I gotta update my Hearthstone. Also, I'm a Destro Warlock right now. Yeah, it's fine. That'll do. Let's have a Voidwalker pet. What the hell? Oh, there's Dornagal here. Did I already run upstairs and I just forgot? I think I must have done that. I think I must have come up the stairs. Okay. For a brief second, I thought that I was in the lower regular level of the thing, and I'm like, hello? Where'd all my portals go? Oh, yeah, alright. Oh, it's his Mog. He's in the old BlizzCon Yeti, the Wendigo set, the Wendigo onesie. And then he's got a little Azure Span paw backpack. Oh dear. What kind of mount should he use? He's gonna need a mount to sky ride around on. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No. Not a red proto Drake. Should we find something that matches his yeah, let me get Mount Journal enhanced on. This is clearly a good use of my time. I wonder why I don't have any shards yet. A mount that matches his transmog. Not a lot of white mounts that fly. Type only flying. Oh, I like the bees. Hang on. Forget that. I want to ride around on a bee. Are bees different than wasps in this list? Yes. Others. Because I thought that the Timely Buzzbee was the prettiest bee. And I want to ride around on that. Yeah, that's the stuff. There we go. Now we're cooking. Alright, let's pick up... Let's set his Hearthstone correctly. We'll pick up our weeklies. And then we'll go get our questing off and away.
Lords, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
I love that bee. It's the nicest colorway of the default bee that they've done. At least in my opinion. Hello everyone, I've been real. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a lovely weekend.
Follow me down to the archive
Same
and
thing.
I'll show
World
you
quests.
what's
May you walk in the light. Bring Belladar's warmth
I want to,
to
before I head out, I want to really set my... I really want to clear up my bags. Oh, I already have it on my board. Maybe even the other one. I already have that on my board too. Always hope same for you. That one is the Timely Buzzbee. I believe it is these days available in exchange for time warp badges during time walking, maybe during classic time walking, or maybe during any of them. I'm not quite sure. But at the time, it was a reward for like the 6-week time walking event where you do time walking every week. It was one of the mounts that they gave for the first version of that, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so they want us to go meet Brinth for the first archive world quest or weekly we're picking up. My sister's birthday, got Bruto for Gold Calf. So happy, it's my last mount in-game. I like the BFA one. BFA. Turn my font size down here.
There we go. Batteries in
60.
and supplying power. Let's see what this thing knows.
Do I have anywhere remotely related to the correct... Hang on.
What's the problem?
Correct buttons on my bar for this.
All these discs are cracked.
Those
or
ones might
broken.
be important.
We'll need more disc fragments if we're to get anything useful out of this machine.
I suppose that's where our friend comes in.
He's got a sprint too, it's just a little baby one. I wonder if Blizzard increased the font size to help the aging player base. I always used to think that it was because they detected my 4K monitor and they thought that I needed it. Weekly World Soul Quest wouldn't be available when they were last week? I don't know. I feel like each week it gives one. So like if you'd caught up on if you haven't done any weeklies in 3 weeks, you can pick up all 3 of them. But if you did them all last week, then only one of them will refresh. Each week you get a different one refreshing. You'd have to stock them up longer. When you were playing a keypad, how did you jump? I keybound, I think, one of the keys on the keypad to jump. I'm pretty sure. Because I didn't have my hand on a keyboard at all. So I just keybound one of the bottom keys to jump. Made the fonts bigger. That seems like a good idea. Listen, none of us are getting older. We're all frozen in time. Oh, do you think I can do it? My rogue struggled with this. Maybe my warlock will do better. What does this do? It's an AoE, okay. I don't have a kick, so I don't have to worry about kicking anything because I don't have one. His item level sucks. He still actually has some old heirlooms on, so this gear is going to get better over time. I'd rather freeze at a younger age. I mean, you're as young as you're ever going to be. We all are. I'm only getting creakier and older from here. I'm going to get all wrinkly. I hope so, anyway. Assuming no, like, major tragedies cut my time short before then.
We have to push forward or we'll be slaughtered.
Rescue who you can along the way.
Help! I can't move.
I know in some areas it's like really common for people to get things like Botox and fillers, but
Yes.
it isn't around here. It's not something I really want to mess with, so I'm just gonna get old. That's my plan.
We've got to
If everybody forgets what people are supposed to look like at given ages, it'll be bad news for me, but whatever. I'll just go full swamp witch. Might need a swamp. Besides, I feel like it would be a bit freaky to get old without looking old and then die of old age, but you still look all frozen and younger. It would just be a bit strange. Looking forward to looking like a grape that's been left in the fridge too long. As long as you don't start to leak. Actually, that's not true. You're allowed to leak. Leak away. Wasn't expecting my first gray hair at 24. Yeah, gray hair is totally genetic. I got my first ones, not to... Hearing myself, I sound like that really annoying person that always one-ups everything, but I started getting them as a teenager. I found my first one when I was 14. I have quite a few. I have way more than my husband, who's a year older than me. Making Faustian bargains with paintings like a picture of Dorian Gray. I actually love that book. That's an old classic that's like fascinating to read. The addition of a new tattoo recently has gotten me thinking about committing to my leg sleeve project for my 40th next year. Dang, stress? At 14? I think just genetics. I mean, maybe stress. I was a stressed kind of kid, but like, I think some people just roll the genetic lottery. I'm not completely gray. Obviously, this is the natural hair color. You can't even see the grays really from, you know. Yeah, it's fine. There's one around my ears. I saw it reflect off the light and thought, huh, weird. Felt it. It was an obvious different texture. The most annoying thing about my gray hairs now is not that they're gray, but that they refuse to hang out with the rest of my hairs in, like, my curls. If I'm just letting my hair do its thing and be curly like it wants to be, the gray hairs will just, like, noodle off and go live their own lives and do their own thing. They don't want to hang out with my brown hairs. 21, had white hair since, like, 5 years ago at least. Silver temples at 38. Embrace it. Yet to see any. Strange to me. Straight blonde, so I'm getting random wiry black hairs. Oh, fascinating. Man, I was always so jealous of people that were natural blondes when I was younger because I wanted to dye my hair fun colors, and when you have dark hair and you want the fun colors to be bright, you need to bleach it first, unless you're a natural blonde, in which case you can just have at it. Although you'd probably get more people telling you what a shame it was that you dyed your hair because people were obsessed with blonde hair. Pets on passive? Oh, that's okay. He's look at him go. Okay, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I really thought I was about to prove my point. All right, well, he's on his break. I don't know why these pets are all on passive when I first log in. I guess I used to have macros that would macro my pet attack into stuff. That's funny. All these characters that I played like years ago all come back in. Yeah, drive mandated break. Oh man, because my hunter pets were passive too, but they would participate the moment I press kill command, which was usually pretty early. Yeah, he's just standing around for moral support.
Jaina, Rogue, we need help. Magni's in trouble. Follow me. Magni.
If he's not gonna tank, then maybe I should just pull a pet that can kick out.
Come and get some, you chitinous bastard!
I wonder if I'm not meant. Sometimes in not that it really matters, but sometimes in Destro Lock, you're not meant to be hard casting full cast time chaos bolts. You're supposed to get like procs or something. I don't know if this is one of those times. Could be.
The edicts are my god.
Oh, there's so many herbs around here. There's so many flowers.
I must return to Dornigal. My storm riders will gather the rest of the survivors.
Did the world quest pop up yet? No, you have to finish this little bit of campaign before they let you do those. I pull them out. They're thicker than my regular hair. I stopped plucking my gray hairs because I figured I didn't want to... You know how, like, if you pluck your eyebrows for a lot of years, they eventually give up trying to grow back, and then you just don't have hair in that spot anymore, and that's why a lot of us that lived through the early 2000s have to, like, color on our eyebrows if we want to have any. I figure I don't want to do that to my head. I'd rather... Like, maybe they're gray, but I'd rather them be there. Oh, had to put gray streaks in my hair because I was pulling my grays out. I don't want them to feel like they're not welcome, you know. No, I have enough, don't see them. I just don't have as many mirrors around as I used to be honest with you. I don't spend as much time in front of a mirror. I find that if I look at myself in a mirror too much, I tend to want to pick at my skin, which is a bad habit of mine that I have never really been able to fully shake. Kind of comes and goes with stress. Glad my hair recovered from bleaching it myself many years ago. I mean, the nice thing about hair is it grows back. I know some people will claim to have, or will have issues for long periods of time, but I once gave myself a chemical burn on the base of my scalp with DIY hair bleach, and the hair would still grow there, but I always had like a really tough, like scabby part in the scalp, and the scab would like peel off and then grow back and then peel off and then grow back, and that happened for years and years. It's fine now. But I didn't bleach my own hair after that, at least not on my scalp. No, never again. Actually, that's not true. I did bleach my own hair on my scalp because I dyed my buzz cut pink. I bleached it for that. That's right. I guess I just didn't leave it on as long. But I love having fun with my hair because worst case scenario, you just cut it off and it grows back. Lots of gray hairs. Just says I don't have to bleach to add colorful highlights. No salons would bleach my hair because they liked it too much, and I said, forget it, did it myself. Oh, that really sucks. You know. Although it is kind of fun to do your hair at home. There's something very fundamental and primal about just like a ruined towel in a bathtub and a timer and putting on like your favorite music and whatever it may be. I used to play games. I used to do world quests while my hair was processing. I would just sit at my desk with my cap over my hair to keep it damp, and I would just play WoW. Noticed that not having access to a mirror while traveling did me some good. Something I didn't realize was a bit of a preoccupation until I didn't have it. I think sometimes I end up looking a little wilder than I mean to, but you know, no one's thrown tomatoes at me yet, so maybe it wasn't that important for me to be that put together. And if people do throw tomatoes at me, as long as they're not rotten, that's free food. Make some bruschetta.
If they are truly allies, perhaps all is not lost.
Naturally blonde, dirty blonde, wanted to do lighter colors, none pulled right without bleach.
We must talk late. Welcome to Dorn. Nerubians everywhere. Look out!
I need to make some bruschetta. I gotta use my basil before the weather gets cold and it's done. Free salad. Would you judge me for buying the new Spirit Healer set with IRL money? No. You gotta live your own life. If that's what you want to do, I am not here to judge you.
The archive holds every Earthman's memories. Can you view them?
We can all make our own choices about what we want to do with our disposable income.
Keep the device.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's a gorgeous set. I'm just not doing it. Ask a guard about a profession trainer. Feels like I was just here. I guess I was just here. I was just doing this on my rogue. But yeah, those world quests are up now. That's good. Huh, well. No shards today, but I'm having a ball of a time leveling all these alts in Isle of Dorn. One day a shard's gonna drop. What's gonna happen when Remix comes out? Sorry guys. Can't remix. I need another 7 Alanir shards.
Return. Beds are scarce. We have resorted to using the process.
I mean, the hack is that by gifting you it, then Blizzard already has the money. I don't want it. It's, to me personally, it is tainted by what my general distaste with Blizzard's monetization policy. It gives me the icky stickies, you know. But that's just me and my experience. But I wouldn't want it even for free just because of what it stands for. I didn't used to care that much, but apparently there's an amount of stuff they can put on the cash shop that starts to make me feel kind of uncomfortable. It's not zero, You know, I didn't mind some pets and mounts or even a mog set here and there, but they surpassed the level of cash shop releases that had me on board with it as a concept. Do I not have the world soul? I do have the world soul one. Sometimes that bugs and it just shows it to you there anyway. There's a lot of quests that are not killing. That's true, but there's some quests that are killing. A lot of the early quests aren't, I think, and I just haven't gotten to the later quests because I keep running out of rested. But they send you through delves, and the delves are lots of killing, plus a chance for the shard, I guess, at the end. Barter's trading post sets, yeah. I do love a good trading post set.
Very good.
Then it seems long past time you stood united.
And a nice thing is that the more times I do this, the faster I get at it because I know where I'm going. Haven't caught your stream live in so long. I miss watching you live. Hi, Jack. Welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. We are just on the tail end. I got a couple more minutes left in my time slot today before I gotta go. Just getting to wrapping up for the day. So they want me to go see Aelgon. I want to go do this pet battle.
Well, this should be interesting.
Make sure that my team is all... Actually, make sure that my pet battle add-ons are on. Got a shard for mobs in the delve. Yeah, I've heard good things. Hope you have wonderful weather this weekend. I'm out at a cafe. It's just lovely. Nice. Yeah, it's beautiful outside. At some point, I need to find some medium temperature time to head out in the yard and do some more yard work. I've got hedges to trim. I've got perennials to prune. It's fall and I want to start cutting stuff back and cleaning it up a little bit and getting some compost piles set up to cook over the winter. Maybe make some mulch or something, but like I feel like I could do that all day. You gotta pace yourself because at a certain point you get tired. And at a certain point maybe there's other things in your life that you should be taking care of that you're not. It's nice out there though. I love putting on my gardening gloves. Have a nice time. About to go listen to an audiobook later. Sound like you have lots of things. I've been having a really chill morning on WoW. I've just been leveling alts and Dorn. Hoping for Crackling shard drops. Getting some characters some experience. Getting some golden resonance crystals from getting the weeklies done. I think you'll eventually get the itch for it. I think so too. Right now I just want to make lots of compost, because if I can make lots of compost then I can work it into all of my garden beds and then I can grow big beautiful flowers and vegetables and fruits and stuff. Or, you know, little puny flowers and vegetables and fruits and stuff, and that's okay too. I think there's going to be some real trial and error in the garden. I think, oh man, these are upgrades too.
My thanks for your patronage.
Playing Fellowship this morning, which is super fun, but excited to explore more in Hollow Knight later. Very nice.
I have an extended supply of goods for our
This guy is nearly level, well, 71. He's got through this intro though, that's nice. And he can get some more rested. Do your worms eat weeds? Do they stay separate? I don't introduce anything from outdoors into my worm bin because my worm bin is indoors and I don't want to bring any like bugs or bug eggs or anything into my house. So the worms get shredded paper and kitchen scraps, fruit and vegetable peelings, coffee grounds, that kind of thing. And then the outdoor green stuff I use in outdoor compost piles so it can still compost, but it's like not in my house. I used to winter some of my, or summer some of my houseplants out on a balcony years ago, and then I would bring them in for the winter, but I always struggled whenever I did that with, they would always come in with bugs, and then I would be like fighting bugs in my house. So I eventually came up with a just for me rule of inside plants are for inside and outside plants are for outside, and never shell the twain meet. I've got enough flies in my house, I don't need any more. I am finished for the day. I appreciate the company. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow for a little Sunday morning alt leveling, and fingers crossed for Crackling Shard drop stream. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.